Okay, I'm doing a thing. Found out this game was on GOG.com. What's that, Good Old Games? I think that's what they call that. And I just remember playing this forever ago, and it was fun. I'm just kind of waiting a little bit for some people to maybe show up. Maybe. We'll see. I can afford to wait a little. I hope you all can hear me fine. I don't know, I don't think anybody's here yet. Let's see who is here. 3 people are here, besides me. That's alright. You know what I should do? Give me a moment. I'm gonna put my headphones down. I should get some, like a pencil and some paper. That's probably important. Do I have any paper? Does my printer have any paper? My printer is out of paper. I guess I need to find something to write on. Come here. Sure. This old... whatever the hell this was. You gotta take notes if you're playing a game like this. While I'm here, I suppose I could see if I could pull up the stream chat, just put that on the stream. I'm recording this at the same time because I want to have this recorded for later. Let me try. I'm going to hit play on here. Yes, okay, so that's working. I'm just stalling for time a little bit. Come on, it's Saturday and it's not like super early in the morning. There should be, I guess people just don't give a damn. That's okay. Right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna start playing. And I'm gonna treat this as like a let's play or something and just, you know, pretend that I'm talking to people. That should be totally fine. I'll just go new game.
I realized as our group linked back to Dunny,
Hang on a second.
we should not restore the city as we had planned. The once magnificent buildings lay in ruin.
What?
Testament to the hatred that had consumed them. Too many people had fallen victim to that hate, to the prejudice and greed from which it sprang.
Maybe I could do this?
Gazing out across the cavern, I decided to write another age. One that would help the Dunny survivors begin again, free from the tragedies of their past. So with my wife, Catherine, supporting me, I put aside that past to write a future. More than a year has gone by since I finished writing Relishon. I have a new daughter, who I hope will someday link to that age with me. And as I imagine Yisha meeting the Dunny, those brave men and women who are building a new life for themselves, I realize I've been given another chance as well. A chance to learn from my mistakes and leave the past behind me once and for all.
Yeah, okay, this is definitely not right here. Hang on a minute. Okay, now you're gonna work.
Breathtaking,
Jeez.
isn't it?
Yes, it is. Give me a minute here. Escape pause. Alright, some technical difficulties. Yeah, this is a throwback indeed. Hello, you two. Nice to see you showed up. Nice to see somebody showed up. Okay, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties here, but I need to try to fix this again. So you're going to see me fixing this live and on stream because I am absolutely a professional. Absolutely. But since there are going to be some of these cutscenes happening, a few, not very many, maybe if I change it, so instead of a game capture, I just do a full window capture. Let's see. Sorry, window. Capture... Where are you? There. Okay. Now, though, I need to crop the top few pixels of it. That's not right. Where is it? Transform. Edit transform. Here we go. Yeah, this should be 640 by 480, I think. So let me just crop. It says 502 right now, so I'll just crop the top 22 pixels. Yeah, that looks good. Right? Is that good? That looks good. Okay. Let me hide this one. Actually, let me just remove that one. Okay. Fit to screen. Yep, and that centers it to the screen and everything too. Let's bump that back down. And there. That should be good to go. Yeah, graphics. This game came out in like... When did this game come out? You know, I'm going to actually look this up real fast because, again, I'm professional. Just going to Google it. Came out in 2001. Yeah. Definitely a throwback. Okay. Oh, look. Zinni started streaming, too. Cool. Cool. The mouse cursor is being weird. Is this still gonna... it doesn't appear to be slowing down or anything for me, so... Should be alright. Hi there.
Breathtaking, isn't it?
Yeah, you just said that.
We call it Tamanna. We
Oh,
moved
come on,
here
Linda.
after Atrus
No,
finished
really?
writing Relation. He wanted us to have a new home too. I'm so glad to see you. I told Atrus our paths would cross again. He was just going to grab something for your trip to Relation, so he shouldn't be terribly long. Unless he decides to check over the whole house first, which means he could be hours resetting all his padlocks. But I know he was looking forward to introducing you to the Dunny, so he shouldn't be terribly long. Why don't you wait in his study?
All right. A couple of quick things I need to do real fast. If I can right-click, and yes, I can do this. Cool. Midna, stop it. Yeah, it's going to be kind of crazy and stupid, and I don't know how many people are actually going to be watching everything. But hey, whatever. I'm going to put that here. My cat is just... What do you want? Besides for me to stop doing everything and just, you know, dangle shiny objects in front of you. Okay. What was I going to do? I was going to pop out the chat so that I can hide this window, rearrange some stuff so that I can see everything. There, okay. The most professional, yes. I am incredibly professional. How does this look for you guys? Here, I'm gonna hide that behind there. Maybe. It's going to be incredibly distracting. All right, because I have OBS and I'll like to this side. Game looks fine. It's not stuttering or anything for you. Cat, what? Vidna, come out here. Come out here. Yeah, no, you're attacking my arm. See, this is what you don't do that. You're biting my hand. Don't bite my hand. Right, okay, well, while I'm trying to get stuff set up, while I'm trying to get stuff looking decent, I guess, I'm just making sure I have everything arranged in a way that makes sense to me. Okay. And I'm gonna just, while I wait here, just kind of look around a little bit because, wow, like, this is all pretty. These games, they did some, let go of that, that's my headphone case. They did some pretty interesting things for their time because they just pre-rendered all of their stuff. Like, everything in here is just a looped video file. So that you can get some really good graphics out of it because you don't have to render it in real time. All four of the main series of the first four main series Myst games did this. The fifth didn't. I haven't actually played the fifth. I haven't even seen the fifth one. Maybe I'll get to that eventually. Anyway, this is Tamanna, as Catherine here explained. I can just point and click is what it is. She's just gonna be here playing with the baby forever.
You know, this trip is exactly what Atrus needs.
Actually, I guess
right
she does
now.
talk. I forget about that.
I haven't been able to get him out of the house for months, ever since he found his journals out of place. But seeing how well the Dunny have settled in on Relation should help him to finally relax.
Hey, that's a chair. I'm just gonna have to ignore her. That's actually a bit of foreshadowing. There's a reason for the journals and stuff. Here, let's go open this door.
I'm sorry, the other door.
Yeah, that door just leads to the rest of the house, which you don't get to see until the next game. Yay. Okay, a little bit of background. Let's see if I can remember how the lore of this goes. For people who haven't played Myst, or any of the Myst games, this whole thing revolves around, god damn it, this whole thing revolves around my cat being a total ass. Bit of pixelation when you sleep the camera. Okay. Hey, go away. Yes, it does, Tori. Yes, it does. Okay. As long as it doesn't look too bad. Right? I hope it doesn't look... Like, I'm looking at my preview, and it's slow and a little laggy. Okay, hang on. I'm being unprofessional again, because I'm going to try to switch it actually back to the thing that it was before. Maybe. Or maybe I can just leave it. I didn't plan this at all. I didn't plan anything. Right, okay, anyway, I was going to give some background here. That's Catherine and Atrus. They're, like, kind of important people. There's this race called the Dunny, which, like, invented... Yeah, I just have an adult content warning by default on mine. It's okay. Yeah, shut up, Midna. Okay, race called the Dunny, which are... Yeah, let me just pop over here for a minute here. Which invented a way of, like, writing these books that describe what they call an age, which is basically like an alternate version of Earth that they can choose, manipulate, visit, all that stuff over there. There's a book over there, that's one of them. This is another one. The Donnie arrived on Earth something like 10,000 years ago. This is, like, these are just some tapestries showing them off, I guess. I'll get to those in a minute. Arrived on Earth something like 10,000 years ago. Set up, like, this huge underground, like, empire in, like, yeah, underground, canonically in New Mexico, and that makes me happy, of course. Actually, Tamanna is canonically in New Mexico as well. So, you know, I feel right at home looking out that window. Okay, but, Donnie, there was, like, some kind of plague that I think a couple of, like, insane conqueror types tried to release on, like, every age. They, like, infected dead bodies with the plague and then sent those dead bodies to other ages, and it just fucked everything up. Very few people survived. They all escaped to the surface or to other ages. That was forever ago. Then, like, that guy, some other guy, not that guy. His name was Gen, I think. Is Atrus's father. Turned out to be this total ass, like, creating these ages and just, like, exploiting them until they ran them into the ground. The point is, he wasn't very good at creating these ages. They kind of just fell apart after a while. Like, they got earthquakes or natural disasters or occasionally just dimensional anomalies. And his son, Atrus, you'll meet him in a little bit, just decides, okay, we need to deal with this. We need to stop him. And tricks him into... Well, doesn't really trick him. Just gets him to go into one of the ages that he called Riven, that Atrus called Riven. This is actually this book here. Kind of. See, kind of. Because he went to Riven, destroyed all of the linking books that led out of that age into other ages, except for one, which led to an age called Myst. That's where the series gets the name. And then Atrus, he meets Catherine. Catherine is from Riven. And they work together to destroy all these books, keep Gen trapped there long enough for both of them to link to Myst. Atrus does this by jumping into one of those dimensional anomalies that I mentioned, called a Starfisher, pops out, like he links to Myst. The Myst book pops out in New Mexico. Hi, Tello, and everybody else. The book pops out in New Mexico, and later, like several years later, the player character, who just kind of is known as the Stranger, or something, they don't have a name, finds the Myst book, and that leads to the first game. Oh yeah, no, Mystcraft is based on Myst. It actually follows the Myst lore really closely, too. Yeah. So, okay, the first game... Like, okay, by that point, Atrus and Catherine have married. They've had two sons named Cirrus and Akinar. It's these two guys right here, who also turned out to be evil assholes. They never actually figured out how to write these ages, even though Atrus tried to teach them. They instead just hopped between all of the ages that Atrus still had and would just ransack the place, kill everybody occasionally, and just generally ruin everything. And Atrus decided, okay, I guess I have to deal with these people too, and tricks them into visiting two ages he wrote specifically for that occasion that he purposefully neglected to add a way back. So they ended up trapped in these ages for what was going to be forever, or until they died. Myst 1 touches on this, but like Myst 4 retcons it. So yeah, he's trapped them there. He ends up stuck in his own age, kind of by accident. Myst 4 is about getting him out of that, is like saving him. Some other time later, I don't remember what prompts it, but I think, how did it work? Okay, Atrus traps his sons in the prison ages after, like, they've sent Catherine back to Riven, I think, where Gen is there. He's still alive. For some reason, the Dani lived for, like, centuries. And so Catherine is in Riven. Atrus is stuck in some other age I can't remember the name of. Cirrus and Akinar end up in the prison ages. You go save Atrus, and that's the first game. Then you have to go save Catherine. That's the second game. That ends with you trapping Gen, like, in his own prison age as well. And so that leads up to here, where Atrus has reconnected with some of the Dani survivors, and he's writing them a new book. That's Releashon over there. If I go and look at it, it'll activate the next part of the game, and I'm not done explaining yet. In the in the process of escaping Riven, you have to, like, open up the Starfisher again, which by this point, a few years later, has completely destroyed Riven. Like, you can't even go there. I'm clicking on this page, nothing is happening. Riven is just dead. It's just the whole age is dead. Which, sucks for everyone. Sucks especially for the people who were still in Riven and didn't get out. I think they said there were a few of those people that they had to leave behind, which is all sad and stuff. But Atrus is writing a new age called Releashon for the Dani survivors to all end up linking to and rebuild and stuff. There was some other stuff in here that I needed to look at, I think. Wasn't there? This is just like some inks and materials and stuff. This is the letter. Right. Yeah, he's just writing to one of the Dani survivors, actually. A member of, like, one of the guilds that, like, regulates creating and using ages and stuff. Yeah, Sierra Nakanor destroyed a bunch of the books. I think they actually burned his library. Yeah. I don't think I can I click on that? No. This is just a pretty rock. I'm pretty sure this is reference to something else. I don't actually know what. Here's a picture of Catherine and their son, Yisha. Yeah. This is Dani tapestry here. This is, like, about the caves. And here's the Relishan book. The book itself is locked. He's put it in a locked case.
Well, my friend.
Yeah.
I see you found the Relishan book.
Yeah.
Catherine tells me you've been here for some time. I'm sorry if I've kept you waiting. But since we'll be gone a few days, I needed to secure some of my things. And I also wanted to bring you this. It's a journal I kept while I was writing Relishan. I thought you might find it interesting to read about what I'd hoped to achieve, compared to what the age truly is. Well, just let me get my keys to unlock Relishan, and we'll be off. Oh, and I'm interested in hearing what you've been up to in recent months.
It's using real people, Tello. It's using pre-rendered video of real people.
No! No!
Yep. The whole Myst series is FMV except for book 5. Naturally, being the big damn heroes we are, we're going right after him. Right, okay. Real quick, is that still looking fine? That's still looking fine. Just a bit of trivia, I guess. Not really trivia. Atrus is played by one of the 2 lead developers of the whole series. He's actually not a horrible actor. He's not a great actor, but he's not a horrible actor. The other dude, this guy right here, is played by Brad Dourif, I think is how you pronounce his last name. He's an actual actor. You'll know him from some things. He was Grima Wormtongue in the Lord of the Rings films, for one thing. Anyway, we're following him. Welcome to this place. We don't know what it's called yet. I do, but still. Okay. Yep, he's over here. And he's smart enough to have locked the door behind him. So we need to find a new way in. Give me a minute here. I'm going to turn down the game volume on the stream. It's a little bit loud. I turned on my voice, too. Right, so yep, we're jumping right into it. I should point out, Atrus' journal here is super important. Of course, this is just how it works. I'm not going to read through the entire thing. But, like, you won't need all of it. This is a lot of lore and stuff about him writing Relishan, figuring out, like, what he wants it to be, what he wants it to look like. Yeah, you don't teleport. It's just the point and click thing. Because everything is pre-rendered, you have to pre-render from certain locations. Oh, hi, Lee. Leroy, indeed. Yeah. Okay, you see these things in bold? These are important. These are, like, lessons that he was supposed to be teaching people. You know what? I don't need to go back to this right now. I'm just gonna exit out of it. Right, we need to find a way into here. Anyway, we can figure this out later on. This is the age of Jananin, which I think is the Dani word for, like, beginning, or something like that. I don't remember all the lore. But yeah, you see, you notice all these little things. If I click on these, I can rotate them. That's, you know, probably important, right? This is Myst. Everything is important. Everything. What about this thing over here? That doesn't look like it did a whole lot. Oops, I rotated it the wrong direction. I'm actually doing this on purpose. I'm gonna need to do this. I'm gonna need to come back to this later. Keep going. Should be like 1 or 2 more of these. I probably turned it the wrong way. I should have done this the other direction. There, okay, that's lit up. Now this is projecting a light of some kind. And you see, this is projecting a light through here to this broken one. Obviously, something has gone wrong here. That's okay. We'll get to that later on. So I'm going to tell everybody, I remember where all the puzzles are, but I don't always remember all of the solutions to the puzzles. This is probably important too. Better remember that. Okay. Yep. Just the captions just say, this is the Whistling Rock. Remember that sound. Again, that'll also be important. Yes, classic light puzzle in the middle of the day. It's just like focused light beams kinds of things. Hey, look at this. It's very pretty. We're just going to open this up. Use one of these very convoluted... Like, this whole place is awfully convoluted. But it looks nice. Jananan here is like the tutorial and the hub world. We don't need to come through this door yet. But I'm going to open it up anyway. Just so you can see there's some more stuff here. I'm going to push this. This is actually a switch. Have you ever held up a magnifying glass on a bright day? Like, the light's different. It's brighter. It's a solid beam. Okay. Never forget this. This is the guy's journal. It's missing a lot of pages, but he's talking about how he's found... he found a linking book back to Tamanna and followed it. This is all important, but I'm kind of skipping over it mostly. He's just talking about how he's been trapped here in this tusk on this island for, he doesn't say how long, but a very long time. These are numbers up here. I don't remember them all, actually. Writing all of these notes about these different mechanisms and things. Bunch of blank pages. This is missing pages. This over here is just a little thing. Little bit unsettling, little bit ominous. Doesn't do anything, but it's worth pointing out. Actually, this does tell you something here. Okay, hang on. This is actually a pretty important hint if you don't understand physics and how levers work. See, there are one guy on this side, two guys on this side, but because this connects closer to this side, they're balanced. That's important. Like I said, everything is important in these games. This painting, also probably important. It's not good for a puzzle or anything. I'll just tell you, this is a painting of his wife, of the dude's wife. I'll also just tell you his name is Savidro, I think is how you pronounce it. And like, this is just a painting of his wife, and he says in one of the journal pages, no matter how hard he tries, he just couldn't get the eyes right. Also important, this here, don't worry about the inkwell or anything. This is like a ball of metal of some kind. Yeah, okay, I guess you could reproduce it with a different reflection, but still. Ball of metal is equivalent to 4 of these crystal balls. And similarly, over here, 4 of these wooden balls is equivalent to 1 crystal ball. Also vital. I'm pointing out all of this stuff because I'm going to be using it actually pretty quickly. Well, not all of it here. So notice, I'm going to crank this. It's obviously some kind of generator, right? And it's causing these little pebbles to float. If I reconnect the wires and put this root tentacle vine thing over it, the same electricity also causes this pitcher plant to open. Again, these are vital. Yeah. Yeah, I wish there were more of these games, too. Yeah. Right, okay, but anyway, we are currently in the lowest level of the tusk that Savidro is in, so we're going to hop around to the back of this, go in this elevator, and we're going to go up and follow him. Well, first we're going to look down. Looks like things have been a little bit messed up down there, huh? That's what it looks like. I'm going to reach through and pull this lever. I don't know why it's 2 levers, but it is. Well, that seemed pointless, didn't it? In fact, it almost seemed broken. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. 2 levers are cooler than 1. I'll give you that, Chris. I'll give you that. Okay, but what I was gonna say, I'm gonna play the entire game. If I'm going in kind of a rush and I'm not explaining everything as I go.
Is that you?
Hi. No, it isn't, but okay. He doesn't remember what I look like. He doesn't remember what Atrus looks like. I guess.
Not yet, old friend. Not yet.
Can you all hear the game fine? I could turn it up if not. A little quiet. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it up a little bit then. Like to about there. That should be a bit better. Alright, so he's just gonna be pacing around a little bit. Just like, he's a little bit insane. Which is completely understandable considering he's been here for a while. You'll get to hear later on. You'll get to hear exactly what all this is. Right, okay, so I'm in this elevator. It seemed like it didn't quite work as intended, because there's a window here, and I can't get through it. And if I open this door, it leads to this door, but I can't reach the locking mechanism. So I can't open this door. Obviously, because there's nothing else, there doesn't seem to be any other way in here, something must be wrong with this elevator. Also, I should have pointed out, there are windows on both sides of the elevator. That should tell you something, too. Oh, yeah. He's not even wearing clothes. If you want to know what he's actually wearing, you'll actually have to wait until nearly the end of the game. Right. Okay. What I was gonna say, I'm gonna sit here and play through the entire game. If I were just rushing through and not talking and explaining my thought processes, this would take like 3 hours because I'm gonna go slow and I want people to know what's going on. I want people to have a good time watching. This could be like 5, maybe 6 hours. I don't know. Could be a while, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the whole game, and it's gonna be great. Anyway, what if I pull these levers from outside the elevator? The door closes automatically, of course. Chris, I once played Majora's Mask for 9 hours straight, just so I could finish the game before a vacation. This will be nothing. This will be nothing. I played and streamed Majora's Mask for 9 hours straight. That was a game I knew very well. This is a game I know pretty well. Stop looking at the screen. Okay, stop looking up there. Now I can climb down here, into this obviously broken floor. Alright, look at all this crazy shit. Any of it look familiar? Probably wouldn't, because I skipped over a little bit of it. But, you see, he reprogrammed a scanning device, which is what you saw him use. He put something on it and it raised up that cage in the middle of the room. Required scavenging parts from another mechanism in the tusk, but I think the gears I leave can still be operated by hand. And then he took notes on what everything should look like. So let's do these first. 1 left and 2 middles. The gear and the lever thing are just easy. Like, this gear thing, I just have to rotate this until this matches up there. I don't know how or why this works, but it does. I just have to pull this to engage it. You want to see mechanical stuff? Well, spoiler alert, it's coming next. Anyway, rearrange these. And what was the order for this one? Threads out on 2 of them, and then the one in front threads in. Threads out. Rotate. Out. And rotate. And I'll leave that one there. Now, I can climb back up, pull the lever to bring the elevator back down, It's doing this again. That's okay, though. It is working as intended. Trust me. I'm gonna open this, I'm gonna walk in, and I'm gonna pull the levers again. See? Working as intended. I've now rotated the elevator 180 degrees. Whoever designed this had some fun designing it. Spoiler alert, kind of. It's not really a spoiler if you read the journals. Atrus designed this. Atrus wrote this entire age. He did this as a lesson for his two sons, trying to teach them all of the proper important elements of designing an age of any sort. Like, this was a hub world he made for them, which leads to three other lesson ages, which I will be going through as well. Actually, 4 other lesson ages, technically. One of them is in that cage down there, which I need to figure out how to retrieve. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to go over and activate this thing. Now, hang on. Activate this thing. Buttons are balls, I guess. Hey, look. Holograms.
My sons, I promise to teach you the secrets of my ages. This world is the first step on your journey. Search the island, and you'll find 3 linking books. Each connects to an age in which you must fulfill.
Hello, Atrus. Been a long time. Sorry I'm not there to greet you in person, but I just didn't think it would be wise, considering how long I've been stuck here. Trapped in these lesson ages by 2 very greedy little boys. Your sons, Atrus, Cirrus, and Achenar. Of course, they're not so little anymore, not so innocent. I thought a lot about innocence these last few years and what happens when it gets lost. Worried about relation? I have it. Worried about friends, relatives, people you can't get back. I know just how you feel. But if you want to do something about it, you're gonna have to open this device. And there's just one problem. I've changed the 3 symbols that do that. So if you want to reclaim relation, you're gonna have to take your own class. Find the 3 symbols, Atrus. And don't keep me waiting forever.
Yeah, the game's not forcing me to go through the same motions that Atrus' children did, Chris. Savidro intended to force Atrus to go through the same motions his children did. Just kind of to show them, you know? To show him. You have to remember, Savidro planned this assuming Atrus would follow after him and try to get Relation back. He didn't count on the fact that there would be, you know, me. But anyway, this is pointing at nothing. This is useless. We can fix that, though. These levers control the zoom. These levers control the focus, and I can click and drag. This took me a while to figure out the click and drag part. Click and drag to actually move the symbol around. I should have pointed this out earlier, but like there are these tusks scattered around that have these symbols on them. And I need to just line this up. This doesn't do anything in world, but it does give me some pretty important things. Let's see, where is the focus on that? Oops. Right about there-ish. Zoom out a little. And that looks like a match. Okay, I gotta write this down. I'm gonna write down all 3 of these so I don't have to keep coming back and solving each one in turn, just to save a little bit of time. Let's see. 1... At, what is that? 11 o'clock. Instead of just... Okay. It's an 8. I just have to figure out a way to... I don't want to try to draw this, although... screw it. I'm going to try to draw... I'm going to draw this. Doot. So 1 is there, 2 is here, 3 and 4. That's one of the 3. This one over here. That's way out of focus. Somebody is stomping around upstairs. I'm not sure what they're doing. Zoom out a little. Okay. No, that way zoom out. Alright. There. Everything is going to line up either at each of these marks or in between the marks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. That's 4 over here. 3 and 2. Actually, I feel like I might have gotten this one wrong a little bit. Let me check. No, I got it right. I'm okay. And this last one. Yeah, if you know these symbols, these focus dials and knobs and stuff ahead of time, you can. I think you can actually skip going to this area the first time at least, and just only come back once you've gotten the things you need. I am not going to do that. I'm not going to look up what this is. That's not zoomed in the right amount. Come on. Close enough. Okay. Draw that circle. Got 1 there. Nope. 2 is there. That's my bad. 1 is here. 3, 4. All right. I'm going to pull this lever. That'll drop the elevator back down. Open this door up. And now I don't have to go through all the bullshit with the elevator to get back in here. I can just climb up the ladder and go through this unlocked door. It's not like games where everything resets if you get far enough away. Like, everything gets remembered. I feel like I should maybe save the game every now and then. Yep, okay. We'll just call it File 1. I guess, right? File 1, save. Yes, I think it definitely auto-saves. But still. Right, what I'm going to do first. See, there is an intended order that Atrus wanted his children to go through the 3 ages. I'm going to do that order in reverse. Because Savidro, actually, I think in one thing he'll mention the order he did some things in these ages, and that order is reverse of what it's supposed to be. So here was that tusk. You saw that symbol, I think. But look, this is being blocked. But also look, a ladder and some kind of device. We should go investigate that. Let's see what we do here. This lever alternates the first and third things. This lever alternates the second and fourth, which of course moves this stuff around. So if I do this, that's going to go that way. And I can pop this back. There we go. I actually didn't remember the solution to that puzzle. I kind of just did it, like first try by accident. That's out of the way now. Oh, that's right, that's not the whole solution. Oops, my bad. There's a hole. I can't get across here. That's important, though. Looks like the same cage that was in that middle tusk, right? Let's see what we can do with this. I'm just gonna go right ahead and do it. I'm not gonna try to pretend I don't know what I'm doing here. doesn't really obey physics, I guess, but it does maybe a little. That was wrong. Hang on. I did that one wrong. Okay. All the lessons that Atrus tries to teach his kids, his sons. Like, in-universe, it's all these things. Yep, that's good. In-universe, it's all these things about energy and balance and nature and all this kind of stuff. That was... Hole is over here. There's all that stuff. But out of character, out of universe, I like to say that he's teaching his sons how to design the puzzles. He has a thing for puzzles, I guess. This one. This marble goes there. This marble goes here. This goes here, and this one there. Go ahead and bring this down. This is the book, linking book to Amateria. This is the one that I'm going to do first. This is the last one Atrus intended his sons to go through, but here's where I'm going first. This is also my favorite of the three, because it's like, it's all puzzles. Like, the entire age is a puzzle. Yeah, I mean, there's that too, that's part of it. There's, I think, some source somewhere, Chris, said Atrus did, like, he had a whole, like, almost like a curriculum for his kids, and this was just part of it. That there were going to be, like, actual helpful messages on that viewer. This is the linking book back to Jananan, so I can leave anytime I want. There were actual important messages in that viewer. Savidra just overwrote them. Right. I just love the aesthetic of this place. Yeah, Atrus had a thing for puzzles. He also had a thing for Ages just being an island in an endless ocean, I guess. You see a lot of those. Right, okay, let me back up a second here. We can see, just from the start here, this looks like something I should get into. Yep, majors in puzzle making. This looks like something I should get to, but I can't get through. There are these gates, I guess, that I can't really cross, and obviously I'm not athletic enough to balance across these side rails, and, you know, I can kind of understand that a little bit. This is a puzzle game. The hero doesn't have to be terribly athletic, right? This looks awfully important, too. There are all these buttons. We'll probably need that later. Again, wink. I'm gonna click through here. Got some stairs coming down here. You gotta look around every now and then to find more of the pages to Savidra's journal. I don't remember where they all are. But, okay, looking around there, here. We got that. I think there was... Yeah, I can go this way. Right, does that just lead back up the stairs? Okay, this leads here. There's an elevator of some kind. This leads around somewhere else. This actually leads to our first puzzle! Yay! Instead of going straight for the solution, I just want to show how this is going to work. Let me pull this lever first, which will raise this platform up so I can get a better look at what's going on. Right, so this appears to be some kind of wooden ball. Right? And this looks like a lever of some kind. Let me pull this. See, that thing in the middle I said we can get to rises up, makes some kind of ball, looks like it's made out of ice. Hits that, completely shatters. Obviously, this is not the intended solution from the very start. That would be stupid and boring game design. But yeah, this ball that looks to be made of wood acts as a weight on this side of this lever. You can also probably guess, but I'm going to show you anyway. These levers will change where the fulcrum is. I can just leave that there for now. Let me drop back down here. I'm trying to show like how you get at all the solutions to everything without all the mindless wandering around that usually comes with these games when you're playing them as a kid and you don't know how anything works. We climb to this elevator and pull this lever. Okay. There is a journal page, or several here. This is actually about something completely different. Like, that's about something else. You actually don't need any of this. Yes, they are relevant here. Almost everything in that room is relevant on this one puzzle, which is funny, and I love it. But anyway, he's talking about he's been reading the journals that he read or possibly stole from Tamanna after he found the Tamanna linking book. That this game was released in 2001. The Myst series started in the late 90s, yes. But Myst III, this one, came out in 2001. The graphics are, warm and fuzzy and nostalgic. The video is full motion video. Yes. You know, I'm going to give you that, Tello. The 90s did not officially end until 2003. I agree with you. Anyway, Savidro read some journals about how apparently, as far as he can tell, Atrus, I forgot his name suddenly, Atrus has been bringing back the Dunny somehow. And he's just like, how can one man's writings reawaken a dead world? I don't know what this means. It doesn't change a thing. I will see my enemies suffer. Oh wait, this changes everything. He's a little bit crazy. A little bit. That is important, though. It gives a little bit of Savito's motivation. Hey, look, the ball's not entirely made of wood. It is 7 quarters wood and 1 quarter crystal. And because way back in that tusk, we established that 1 crystal ball is worth 4 wooden balls, this ball weighs, I'm just going to speak in units of wood quarters, this ball weighs 13 units. Yep, there's nothing else up here. This is just to get that journal page and to see the backside of that ball. Now then, this puzzle revolves around a lever, right? And a lever has to have a weight on both sides. Let's go find the other weight. It's over here, by the way. Open up this door. Oh, look. Savidra broke it. This is going to be a recurring thing. This ball, or this half of a ball, is for wooden quarters. Right? What we need... So we saw from that lever thing back in the Chinanan Tusk that if you have the fulcrum closer to one side, then having twice the weight on the side closer balances out 1 times the weight on the other side. Yes, 11. Thank you, Lee. I'm sorry. I should be doing more math. I guess I should be paying more attention. Right. So yeah, we've established that we can move the fulcrum of the lever. You can kind of see it from here. It's that gear, right? So we need to find a way to balance out these things, which means we either need to, that ball always going to be 11, no matter what. So we need to either have the fulcrum on the left and get 22 units of mass in here, have the fulcrum in the middle and get 11 units of mass here, or have the fulcrum on the right and have 7.5 units, not 7.5, 5.5 units of mass here, which is impossible. Just outright impossible, because we don't have any half things. We don't have anything that's 1/8 of a ball. The trick to this, though, is not to make an entire sphere. So he's smashed a lot of stuff in here. From the looks of it, this ball used to contain some crystal and some metal as well. Now, 7 plus 4 is 11. It is 11. 7 plus 3 is 10. So, we have to work with 2 wooden quarters, 2 metal quarters, and 2 crystal quarters. A crystal one is 4 wood, and a metal is 4 crystal, or 16 wood. We have 4. We can't change. We need to get from 4 to either 11 or 22. The only way to get to 11 would be to include an odd number of units. So if we could put 1 wood block in it. This is Myst III, Exile. It's my favorite in the Myst series because it's the one I could beat as a kid without a guide. It's still my favorite. I need to play more of the game in it. Yep, but anyway, this is Myst III. It came out in 2001, and it's good. Right, so we've got 5 here, so we need to get 6 somehow, right? How could we get 6 from these? Well, that's 4, but that goes over to 8, and this will be under by 1. So, like, you could try to figure it out, but I'll tell you, there is no way to get 11 on this ball. So we have to go for the other option. We have to go for 22. We've already got 4 here, so we need to get a massive 18. We know that a metal wedge is 16. And we have 2 wooden wedges, 17 and 18. Where you put them on the ball doesn't matter. They just all have to be there. The door will close automatically behind me, or I guess I close the door behind me. Hi, Crow. And I had the foresight, quote-unquote foresight, I knew this part of the puzzle, to have the fulcrum on the left side as well. So now we have 22 there, 11 here, and this is on the left, so it should all balance, right? Let's find out. Hey, look! I can do math. When I have help from people who can also do math, apparently. Alright, see, that's important. It's showing one of these things raising up out of the water. And this folds up, and look, it's one of those hex patterns. Let's write this down. Yellow. Doot. I'm just drawing dots. That should be good enough. Yes, we can leave an air wedge. Air, of course, weighs nothing, even though it doesn't. It has mass and it has weight, but in video games, air doesn't matter. I guess. That's one of the 3 puzzles in this area finished. I could go back up just to show off. Yeah, this whole area is arranged in like a loop, so going long enough one way will go around. You see, this is the bridge that showed up in that viewer, that one of these things raises up out of the ground. Now, I could just go over and put in the code, but this one has a red outline. Well, yeah, okay, survival game, you need air, sure. This one has a red outline. That picture, that emblem, symbol, whatever, had a yellow outline. So we can't really do that one there. That's not where it goes. But there are 2 others of those, so what we need is to find the red puzzle solution. Actually, I'm going to remember, this is also important. Yellow matches the lever. That elevator, we've already gotten everything we need from. We don't have to go back to it. Running back through here, some of this nice-looking crystal-ish lighting. Crystal-ish, I don't know what it really is. Clicking through. Yep, there's a ladder here. That's important. We'll get to that in a minute, though. Well, I guess we'll get to that now. Look at this. This mural here, Savidro painted this. He's painted one of these in all 3 of the ages. This is the reason I'm doing them in the reverse order that Atrus intended, because Savidro painted these murals in reverse order. Like, he put Amateria has the first of the 3. So, okay. instead of going straight for that puzzle, I'm going to climb up here, first off. And I'm going to show how I get at this solution as well. This doesn't work right now. I have to raise the platform up first. There are all of these weird little mechanisms, weird gear things, and there's a ball, right? So what happens? Okay, well first, let me point out, these gear things, there are these dots, and this, we've got 5 dots in a similar pattern to these 5 things, just at a different rotation, different angle. I'm gonna pull this. That ball down there looks kind of ice-ish, and this right here, the important little thing, is gonna drop. It just flash generates a ball of ice. Whoops, I guess something didn't work there. Something shattered that ball. Right, so I'm gonna just tell you ahead of time, this is my least favorite of the 3 puzzles in this area. You can see the whole thing just resetting itself now. What we need to do, you saw each of these little crystal things turned off when this ball here passed over one of these. What we need to do is figure out how to make them turn off in sequence. Have to turn off in the correct sequence. So what we need to do then is we need to go figure out what's causing those balls to shatter and see if we can figure out how to turn it off. I'm going to climb back up here. Notice also that there are more of these ball tracks going all the way through, like, everything. They go in and out of this center area repeatedly. So something very important is going on in there. But only some of these have walkways, so I can't get all the way in. We'll have to investigate that at some other time. That's just, like, giving me a nice view, I guess. No, wait. Is that where I go to click down the ladder? Where's the ladder? Oh yeah, it's just there. I'm gonna climb around some of this scaffolding that Savidra left. Click, click, click. All these just nice little rock spires. They almost look like ribs of something. I'll go ahead and tell you, these actually don't matter, they're just aesthetic. I can, however, for some reason, climb up here. I can't go back that way, so let's look at this way. What path would the ball take? Let's follow this around. Well, that's weird, isn't it? Some kind of sound gate thing. Just even standing in it is vibrating me. That's probably what's destroying the ice ball. And that's probably what's being turned off whenever that mechanism over there turns one of these off. And we saw that they turn off in a sequence of some kind. And this looks awfully similar to that, doesn't it? So this needs to be first. It'll change the sound. Just to, different sounds, right? But the sounds don't actually matter or anything. It's not like a musical clue. This track looks like it should go this direction. So swing up and around. This should be number 2. I'll tell you just ahead of time, I might get this wrong, because there are some areas down there where it doesn't quite work right. Swap these. That's number 3 now. I'm just going to walk through this, figure out where everything would go. We've already gone through there, so this ball is going to go through here. Just because it has to from a game design point of view. Switch that one around. And that should finish by going through here, which I'll set to number 5. Well, I mean, it would make sense if it was all the same then, because the ball can only have one resonance frequency, right? I don't really quite know why 5 different sounds can shatter the ball, but it can. They can. Also notice this track continues back into the center thing, and look, that looks like another puzzle to me. We'll get to that one next. Now then, let's head on back. Oh, one more here. There's like an optional zip mode thing that you can do that lets you just kind of... There are like almost like waypoints that you can just kind of skip past to cut out all the some of the repetitive clicking. I don't like doing that because sometimes you miss things. You don't want to miss things. That's bad. Let's lift this back up, and let's see if I did this right. Also remember, all of these video files are pre-rendered, which means they had to render a different video for every possible point that the ball can shatter at. They went kind of all out. This game takes up about like 3 gigabytes, which for 2001 was huge. It had to come on 4 CDs. I used to have the 4 CDs. I lost them, so... Yeah, I lost them, and the game wouldn't have run anyway on modern stuff until I found it on Good Old Games, which makes me happy. Because they have all the Myst games, and I'm going to have to buy all of them, aren't I? Not, like, immediately, but damn it, I'm going to get them. Well, this one's blue. So it's not the one we're after. Blue, and what will we call this? Sound puzzle. There, you, 1, 2, 3. That should be enough information for me to do. I'm not going to draw the entire hex grid. It should be enough information for me to figure it out. Let's move on to the last puzzle. Yeah. Personally, I think I said this already. Amateria is possibly my favorite of the 3. It's also the one I found easiest. But that's probably just me, because I like this kind of physics stuff. The game reminds me of 2 parts of Dracula. Which 2 parts? Let's just walk on these hexagons. And I'm gonna go one more. Here we are. Open this gate up. Right, this puzzle doesn't have any information anywhere else. Like, this puzzle can be solved just from what you see here. Alright, we have these 3 red wooden pegs. And you can tell there's a 4th one here, but it's stuck. There's a pin in it. It's not going to be movable. So what happens? How does this work? Let's activate it using this weird lever thing. We're going to pick up another ball and drop it. Well, that was obviously wrong, wasn't it? Let's point out a few things that you probably noticed here. There are these little things on the actual mechanism. This rotates. There's a hole in the bottom. This pin here is stopping a peg from dropping through. If I say put a peg in one of the holes, we'll give this another shot. Yep, the ball just explodes if you get it wrong. It rotates until the peg drops, and then it sends it over to the other one, which rotates clockwise. The left one rotates counterclockwise, and the right one rotates clockwise. See, nothing dropped, so the system is just like, nope. The puzzle then resets itself, of course. Okay, and notice that the top left hole there leads back to another track, which goes back into this gazebo pagoda thing. I'm gonna go with pagoda. So we need to figure out a sequence of moves that will get the ball into there. I'll tell you, just without showing, if the ball gets dropped into a space that doesn't have one of those metal cups to hold the ball, it falls through the hole into the ocean, and you fail. So we need to figure that out. Now that I pointed this out, I don't remember the solution to this puzzle. I just remember how to get to the solution, which means I need to think. I'm pretty sure that having this here is the correct starting thing, though. That'll start there. Was that thunder in the game or outside? I couldn't quite tell. I guess it's probably in the game. Alright. Yep, sorry I'm not watching you draw, Zinni. I'm busy playing video games. I'm solving puzzles. Alright, so we need to get it into there, which means we need to end with the ball here. Right? But we can't simply rotate this 2 spaces, because 2 spaces is blocked, and we can't put a peg there. We're probably going to have to go back and forth. Yeah, I haven't even seen what picture Zinni's working on because I've been too busy with this. I'll look at it afterwards. I'll look at it after. We drop this here, right? And then rotate this. This will go clockwise. If we rotate it clockwise 2 spaces, that'll jump it to there, which will have that cup there. We did need to rotate it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That ought to do it. Ah, fuck. That's just gonna... The puzzle's just gonna reset now. I didn't do that right. Okay, what if I'm looking at this the wrong way? What if I don't put one there first? What if I need to rotate it 1, 2, 3 spaces to start? And that'll pop it here. Then I can go 1, 2, 3. I can't... Wait, yeah, I can go 3. But then here... 1, 2, 3... That'll just be a hole. That won't work. Sorry. So that, I need to rotate this 4 spaces. 2, 3, 4. Which will jump it to there. And then I can rotate this 1 more. That should work. Aha, success. That's the third of these images. Third of these ramps lifted up. Red. Call this wheels. That's odd. This one is green. You know what this means? It means I've screwed something up. It means I might have forgotten about something. So what? We have yellow, blue, and... Wait, I wrote down red, but no, it was green. We have yellow, blue, and green. But we are missing red. I suppose. Unless... because we're missing red, what if red simply doesn't... What if the color simply doesn't matter? There were only 3 of these hex things. I actually forgot this. Actually, yeah, they're all red. They're all red. So, maybe the order... Maybe which order I put them in doesn't matter. Or, maybe these connect with that, with those. And I've forgotten the order that those go in. I think it was... Okay, let me try putting in this green one first. Okay, yes. And then I think this one was the yellow one? Yes, which means this has to be the blue one. I may have a decent memory, but I can't remember everything. That's why I took the notes. Let's open this up. Okay. Hey, look! Stairs. Anything else in here worth picking up? Doesn't look that way. But yep, everything connects in here, and there's this weird system of rails going on. We'll figure all that out in a minute. I'm going to hop into this chair. Now this is one of the, this is like some kind of weird viewer thing. I think it's implied that Atrus had these set up for something as well. Probably set up to give like some kind of congratulation message to his sons. Naturally, Savidro hacked them.
What's the matter, Atrus? Can't remember how things work? Yet you explained this class so well when we first spoke of it in Orion. I want Cirrus and Akanar to learn everything they can, Savidro. First from Amateria, Idana, Voltaic, and finally from Narayan. When my boys come to see your people, I want them to see Narayan's traditions at work so they can see how civilization can balance an age. Do you know what they did when they finally came to us? You never came back. After class was over, you took your boys away and you never came back. Cirrus and Akanar did.
Dun dun dun. But yeah, okay. Savidro did. In this, he got the order backwards. He actually messed it up. Like, the intended order was the other way around. I think it was something like that. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it wasn't about an intended order. But they are in the reverse order in his journal. In like, when he mentions them. Well, I mean, he doesn't mention them directly. He mentions some other important things, which we'll figure out later. There's one of these viewers in all 3 of the lesson ages. And actually, I believe, no matter what order you visit the ages in, you'll see the messages in the same order. It's just a bit of game design stuff, I guess. I'm gonna pull this lever. Well, looks like we're floating. Alright, and this here, this is actually really fun. Okay, notice there are these 4 different colors, right? All these look like that pagoda thing. There's the pagoda and then some kind of arrow or an exit kind of thing. There are also 4 buttons in the different directions, and each one of these connects or points to one of the 3 puzzles that we solved, except for the red one, which points to this offshore platform thing, which is, from what we saw from all these platforms moving, where we need to end up. So, we need to figure out how to get there. Let's just see what happens if we push one of the buttons. Don't worry, it won't do anything bad. I'm gonna push the red button. It's gonna make a ball, and it's gonna drop it down the red side. It's gonna hit the ocean. This isn't even a water channel puzzle. I mean, okay, it's a water channel puzzle because this is ice. The balls are made of ice, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, dropping down the red side just does that. If I hit the yellow button, it's going to drop it down the yellow side, which will then go through the lever puzzle. And, you know, we did solve that and everything, so that's good. It's going to come back. Because it went through the puzzle, it raises that platform up. But if you heard, yeah, mechanic, if you heard, the ball shattered. So, what we need to figure out then. I'm going to tell you, these are like arrows here. You see, it went through the puzzle and everything, but then it just didn't work. You know? So, we need some kind of path from one of these arrows. Actually, I think these are like the starting positions or something. We need to connect from one of these to the red side, because the red side is where we need to end up. Right. This is the exit. This is where it goes, and then when it re-enters the pagoda, it goes onto one of these tracks. So what we need is some way to do this. This obviously won't work. Maybe like that. Right? But then, like this, the only way that can connect, like that doesn't connect anywhere, so this has to connect to here. Which could go like this, and that doesn't work at all. Right, so that won't work either. I'm just kind of bullshitting things here. I know most of the solution to this. But going this direction, that won't work at all. This only goes up, down, left, right. We can't go at it diagonally. If we go in a straight line, though, this way. Alright, so we now have a path leading from the exit area of green. See you later, Tori. See you later. Exit of the green. So that's one thing. Now we need to continue here. This is good. This doesn't interfere with this. This comes out of the exit of the yellow one, which becomes an issue. How about like that? That still connects here, and that comes out the exit of the blue one. So all we have to do is start from the blue one. You know you got it right, because different things happen. Hope none of you are motion sick. Don't worry, it's actually not bad. The ball rolls, we don't. Still fun to watch, though. Don't worry, we solved all these puzzles. No shattering ice balls for us. That would be very bad. Of course, as we saw, there were fail-safes, so you can't do this if you have the wrong answer. Just sit back and watch. Yeah, that board with those 9 circles and stuff, that was rearranging the rails inside the pagoda. Well, it's this world's only roller coaster. This world consists of a roller coaster. It's how he wrote it. I imagine this would be pretty fun. Like, in real life, if they could make it safe, this would be pretty fun. That's what 3 of them done, right? Let's just loop around through here, hop out here. Remember this spot. Remember that spot. Don't worry, they timed it very nicely. move this over a little bit. And we'll just smash the ice now. That symbol looks important. That's what I'm saying, Chris. If they can make it safe and add some shock absorbing stuff, you know? This symbol looks important. Remember, Savidro said he changed the symbols that did things? Well, this is one of them. So I'm just writing it down in-game so I don't have to do it in real life. That's awfully nice. And there you go. That's one of the 3 things we needed. Let's head on back to Jananin. We are now about actually more like a quarter of the way done with the game, because there's a 4th age at the end of it. You know, like you said, Amateria, Adana, Voltaic, and Narayan. Narayan is where Savidro's from. It's like his home world, you could say. Alright, we're back. I don't have to put the thing here yet. I could do them all at once, but I'm going to go ahead and do them. There we go. That's one. And we get another message.
Not so easy, is it, Atrus? Running like a rat through a maze, looking for some sign that'll help you save your world. Is it over here? Is it over there? Is it someplace I can't find? Cirrus and Akinar didn't care about saving Narayan. All that talk about fixing instabilities, rewriting the age so that we would be free to live our lives, that was just talk to hide the truth of why they had come. But we believed their lies, Atrus. So we abandoned our traditions, forgetting that those traditions were keeping Narayan alive. And when the lattice trees started to die, I followed them here to tell them what they had done. And they laughed. They said they would never fix Narayan. They said that they had already taken everything it had worth saving. So, my dear old friend, Atrus, I brought you to this place where your education begins. Find the remaining 2 symbols, and then come see what your boys did to Narayan.
Ominous, isn't it? But yeah, Lee, seeing all the puzzles come together is amazing, and that's why Amateria is my favorite of the 3, to be honest. Let's go to my least favorite of the 3. We're going to Adana next. Yes, the kids were pricks, and he's deflecting his anger onto the father. I mean, it's not completely deflected. Like, he kind of can blame Atrus for, you know, not keeping a handle on his kids, I guess, for not doing things properly. I don't even know, but whatever. Luckily, this one has a pretty easy entry thing here. Right, there's the door. There's the Adana icon. We can't get through here, though. There's some kind of moss thing on the wall, but it just, you know, doesn't lead anywhere. Let's fix something, though. Let's figure this out. How about... Okay, walk over here. If I climb up this way, there are just more of these things. More of these little prism things. Don't worry, we'll get to those later. Shroom platforms. Yes, that's a good way to put it, Chris. Good way to put it. Okay. Did you see... I don't know if you saw, there was a ladder down there. I'm gonna climb this ladder. What the hell is this? It's some kind of flower, isn't it? Well, I can maneuver it, I can point it at things. And it seems to pick up and amplify the sound. Like if I point out that whistling rock, remember? Lagoon water, the whistling rock. But there's not a whole lot else going on. Let's see. Okay, hang on. Oh, was this actually... That's not anything, that's just a light. Never mind. Let's see what's down here, hmm? Let's take a look. What is this? How do I get over there? Hang on. On these rocks. Yep. No. Here. No, see, I know there is a thing there, but I can't remember how to do it. Alright, this way. This looks like some kind of hut thing. It's got a ball on it. We know that balls are buttons. It pulls out this little cute thing. Right. I wonder what this is. It's made a platform of some sort. How about this? Yeah, I know, I don't like the sound much either. Hope you like that sound, though. It's so cute. Yes, you are. You are cute. Notice how its chirping makes the mushrooms grow. I assume I'm gonna call them mushrooms. They're some kind of fungus pod. But its chirping makes that grow while it tries to eat it. Some kind of symbiotic relationship. You know, it's just like, hey, I'm gonna stay shriveled up as a defensive mechanism, and you can come and snack on me occasionally. But only you. Because, whatever. But anyway, platform made of the same fungus stuff. Where are you? Squee chirps. Look at that. And this is the tusk leading to Adana. Luckily the floor is still intact on this one. Let's see, what did I have in my notes? That's there. Here. There. And there. There aren't any puzzles or anything I'll have to take notes on this one. It's not that I can recall. The trouble that I have with this is that it's just hard to see all the things. Look at this, it's like a giant tree thing. And on an island in the middle of nowhere. Atrus likes islands in the middle of nowhere. We've established that. Remember when I said this game has 4 discs? Like, each of the ages is on its own disc. Disc 1 has Jinanen and, like, all the endings. Because, yeah, spoiler, this game has multiple endings. I'm not going to show off all of them. What's this over here? I don't know. What's this? This flower. This is a magnifying flower. You can see there's a linking book to Jinanen over there. We need to figure out how to get there, if we want to get back. The book just isn't in front of us like it is in Amateria. I do really like Adana's music, though. Don't worry, I can't fall off here. That would be stupid. But it's pretty. Let's step on this. What could go wrong? No, there are 2 good... There's, like, 1 good ending, 1 mostly good ending, and, like, I don't know, half a dozen bad endings. You'll see when I get there, if you stick around the entire stream. How long have I been going? It's been playing about an hour, and I'm a quarter of the way through the game. Hey, look, bird. Bird carrying some kind of purple fruit. And that looks like a nest. It is a nest, it's feeding its babies. It's a nice-looking bird, too, though. Same kind of fruit here, I guess. That's not too important. Oh, right. This looks like one of those ramp platforms. Bird's gonna fly off now. Alright, well, I hope you can stick around, because I hope everybody who wants to stick around can stick around, because I want everybody to see the glory that is these games. If this goes well, hey, maybe I'll even, like, get the rest of the games in this series and try to play through them. Although I'd be playing through those mostly blind. The only one of those I've beaten is 4. The only ones I've beaten are 3 and 4, and 4 is just convoluted. This is filled with water or something. This looks like a dish of some kind, and it's empty. So this plant, presumably, needs water. How to get it out of this pod full of water? Well, that's what we need to figure out, isn't it? Nope, I have nothing to stab it with, sorry. We need a proper puzzly solution. Alright, here. So, we got all this stuff. First off, though, this. We're gonna open this up. Looks kind of like a sunflower, doesn't it? It's also a magnifying lens of some kind. Notice here, this looks like scorch marks of some sort. Right? These look like they're blocking the light. Nature sure is weird, especially when it's like otherworldly nature that you can do whatever you want with. Here's the Jinanen book. It's actually a different Jinanen book. But that's the way we get back. Now that the sun is coming conveniently through here, it's bright, ow. See? Scorch marks. What if... Hang on, I'm just looking around here. You know? What if I pointed at this? It heats up. The third one you'll see. The third one is like some other... So I'm not even really sure how to describe it. The third one is all based on like energy and stuff. Energy of multiple kinds, like kinetic energy, electrical energy. You'll see it when we get there. Amateria is more like dynamics and like the laws of physics, I guess. Because again, it is pretty important. It kind of glossed over it. Sunlight made the thing pop, and it's filled up with water, and this works. It's pretty important to write an age so that it follows the laws of physics. The Dani had very strict guidelines on how to write ages, such that, like, they were taught to the people who knew the art, capital A, that's what they called it. They taught it so rigorously to those people who could do it, to the point that those people, Atrus was one of them, thought it was absolutely impossible to write an age that held together and didn't just collapse on itself due to, I don't know, natural disasters or quantum bullshit, if you didn't follow those laws. Catherine, as it turns out, has a very oddly creative mind and writes very unorthodox ages. They follow the laws of physics, kind of. They technically, they work somehow, but they break all of the laws that the Dani put forth. There are some ages, like all the ages in this game were written by Atrus. Tamanna actually isn't an age, it is canonically in New Mexico on Earth, which makes me happy because I live there. I live in New Mexico. Music. Yeah. All the ages in this game were written by Atrus. I think there were a few... you'll see an age, like in Myst IV, that Catherine wrote. Like, her very first age, according to, like, one of the novels that came with this game, this guy's important. I'm talking, because I don't want to... I don't want to confuse myself like I just did. One of the novels, Catherine's first age is basically a disc world. Like, it didn't even get a name until later, but they named it Taurus, because it's a Taurus. The top half is like the light half, because the sun is up there, and the bottom half is the dark half. And, like, the hole in the middle is a waterfall that flows down, and somehow the water wraps around and flows up the other sides, and it works. Like, Atrus... Like, Catherine describes it to Atrus, and he's like, no, that's impossible. Like, you did not write that. And she's like, I did. I wrote it. I go there regularly. And Atrus is like, no, you don't. And she says, come with me. I'll show you. And then he does, and he's like, wow. He's like, what? Okay, journal pages. Right, I have desecrated the poem he placed in the columns. I can no longer stand to see Narayan's artistry in his worlds. I can do something with sap to cover the second one, but I'm not sure what to do about the island. I don't know how to alter the current. Perhaps if I bring in some of the unusual floating stone from Amateria, something about the molecular composition causes it to attract and repel other stone quite forcefully. Basically, all the stones, some of the stone in Amateria is somehow magnetic, or it's got some kind of gravitational anomaly to it. We don't even know. But yeah, he's talking experiments here. He's writing about how he changed the symbols. sap to cover the second one. Sap, of course, means nature and trees and stuff. That's Adana here. The island actually refers to, like, there's no island or anything that he did. Okay, desecrate the poem we placed in the columns. The columns are on materia. The island is actually full take. We'll get there after we finish up here. I'm gonna go here. Look, more things to push. I'm gonna push that. Well, I mean, it's Super Mario Galaxy logic in Taurus, I guess. Everywhere else it follows mostly Earth-related, like, stuff. But every now and then you get weird things like crystals with crazy resonance frequencies, or, you know, like Savidra described, rocks that attract other rocks even though they're not magnetic. Although they might be magnetic, because you can control them with electricity. We saw that back in the Tusk. Anyway, that's another, yeah, there's one of those water pods. I pulled in some kind of ray. I didn't point it out up there, but it was using electricity to shock the roots of a plant up there, presumably to eat it. Presumably. Let's continue down this way. Hey, don't scratch the chair. No, come on. Stop it. Stupid, silly cat. Stupid, silly cat. That's, that leaf is curled up. I'm betting it's a bridge. This. Oh yeah, that happens, by the way. That's important. Alright, good night, you. I don't actually know who you are, but thanks for tuning in and watching. Yeah, I'm crossing over this direction. Am I going up or down right now? I think I'm just going around. No, now I'm going up. Gotta pull this, open this up. It's like bioluminescent or some shit. Look at that leaf. Okay, now. There's that pod that has the electric ray in it. That looks like a hut of some kind. What's this? Well, I guess I'm athletic enough after all, aren't I? Because I can swing across. If I swing there, let me just show you what happens. Boing. And right back. Somehow I didn't lose any energy from that. Physics. Let's go this way instead. Okay. What do we have here? We have this, which looks like I can winch up using this ratchet. That's a trap of some kind. And that's some fruit. What must have been hell to program? The bouncing thing? They didn't program it. They pre-rendered it. Everything in this game is pre-rendered. What do we got here? That's one of those fruits that the squee thing liked. We're gonna call it a squee. It said squee chirps, right? Its name is squee. That's one of these fruit. It's underneath this trap here. Yeah, the swinging vine. Like that video file is pre-rendered. They made, like ahead of time, a 3D video, like CGI or whatever, of that vine, and they just overlaid it over the background. So, we've got that here. Where is the... I don't know. There must be a squee thing somewhere, right? I'm gonna slide down here. Obviously a one-way trip. Climb back on up. Hey, look! Alright, we've got that. This, let's drop it. Well, that did jack shit. We've successfully caught one of these guys, but it didn't do a whole lot, did it? I mean, we need him to go over here. We need him to expand these fungus. This log looks like it'll break, don't you think? So, that's not gonna work. Let's go let this guy back out. Why don't we try this again? Let's do something different this time. Let's roll this fruit down here. It's underneath the trap. What if it's not underneath the trap? How about that? Well, you have to remember, Chris, the age might be completely natural, but Atrus still wrote it. He could have written a trapeze into it. Why not? He's over there, having a snack. Boo. Puzzle solved. I don't think they gain mass. I think they just, like, they're partially embedded in the log, and so when they expanded, they splintered the wood, and it just made the thing fall down. I think that's what it was. Right, this is just a way back. Yeah, they're just pushing the wood apart. If this just leads back here. Kind of. Actually, this leads to somewhere else, doesn't it? Oh, it leads over this way. Oh! Okay, now we're back here. I heard the squee. Where was that? I don't know where it was. Oh well. So now we're back here. This was the thing that we saw that we had to unfurl before. Can't go that way. Let's go this way. Hey, remember we mentioned a pitcher plant thing before, right? Well, the bird's caught in it. Give it a second, you'll see it poke out. Probably. Poke your head out already. There you are. So I think we're all in agreement that we should rescue the bird, yes? Well, I don't care if you're not in agreement, you have to rescue the bird. Remember, again, talking back to the Tuscan Jananan, there was that electricity thing. If you electrocute the roots of one of those pitcher plants, it opens it up. We happen to have an electric manta ray thing swimming around, right? We just have to figure out how to get it to these look like those look like the right roots. Well, let's see if we can pull the ray back this direction. Get it in a little closer. Yep, slowly enough that the bird won't dissolve or anything. Oh yeah, by the way, here's the second mural. This is this here, Cirrus and Akinar showing up. It's kind of showing off. It's hard to see, but that book, it's got another square in it. They're showing them how linking books work. They're showing them that, probably telling them, hey, we made you, like, somebody made this world, and we can fix it for you. Well, I mean, as we've established, they won't fix it for them, and also, they don't know how, even if they could. This also brings up something else I should point out. In Myst lore, there was, at one point, like really early on, a debate about whether writing a descriptive book for an age creates that world, or simply finds one and connects to it. Finds one that matches closely enough. Atrus and most people, besides like a few of the Dunny from like forever ago, believe it's the latter. That when you're writing a book, you're not creating a world, you're creating a link to a world that was already there. This appears, it's made very clear in one of the novels. It is actually possible to rewrite an age to an extent. There are certain very small, slight, usually inconsequential changes that you can make. Like, there's one point, it's Gen again. He goes to an age that he created and, like, starts telling everybody here, like, I'm a god, I made your world. And they're like, yes, we worship you, we worship the god that you are. We also worship this weird weather phenomenon that pops up every now and then. It's like a kind of fog. And then Gen is just like, well, we can't have two gods. And so he pops out of the age, goes into the descriptive book, and edits it, erasing the fog from that age. He pops back in, and they're just like, holy shit, what did you do? Like, they know that it changed and everything. And then, again, because Gen was not very good at writing the ages... what was I doing again? Because, again, it wasn't terribly good at writing the ages, everything he wrote eventually destabilized and started to fall apart. So, of course, that age started to come apart. And then Atrus, who was learning at the time, tried to edit it. Was it Atrus? I think Atrus and Gen working together. Atrus was Gen's son, if I didn't mention that. They're working together, trying to edit it again to fix it. They edited it again. They not only did they fail to fix it, they also changed it so much that the link broke and the book went to a different age where nobody knew them at all. So basically, oh yeah, there's some sunlight. We gotta figure this out. These plants appear to reflect sunlight. We can probably deal with it. We can probably work with that. But, okay, let's not work with that yet, because actually I forgot a step. I missed a step here. So yeah, it is possible to make some very small changes to ages. Which way? It's very small changes. Or relatively small changes, but if you try to change too much, or if you try to change something that has already been established, I think one of the creators talked about quantum entanglement a lot, that like once a wave function has collapsed into a known state, if you try to change that state, you can't change the state. It'll just link to a different place where that state was already changed. The only changes you can make are ones that, through one reason or another, somehow, I don't understand how it works exactly, but somehow, the only things you can change are the ones that don't actually change anything that's already been set. The only changes you can make are changes that just collapse one of the wave functions. That's how he talks about it, at least. Basically, yeah, long story short, you can rewrite an age to change something that hasn't been decided yet. But once something has been decided, you can't change it. If you try to change it, your book will just go somewhere else and you'll lose access to the previous age. It's like deleting a file on a computer. The data is still there, you just can't access it anymore. Alright. So I'm shining this light at that pod, but nothing is happening. The light's too spread out, it's not focused enough. We need to focus it better. Let's try using one of these. What if I pointed at that? Find that one. Looks like I can't actually get behind this one to change it. So we can't use that one. So let's use the other one. I can get behind this one. No, you cannot write another descriptive book to get back to that age. If you write another descriptive book, even if it's identical to the book that you wrote before, there are, because it's a multiverse thing, there are an infinite number of possible ages that correspond to everything you wrote. There is absolutely no way to get every single detail exactly the same. It works entirely on probability, and because there are an infinite number of possible ages for any given book, even if you write the same book again, it's not going to go to the same age. It'll go to an age that looks the same, or very close to the same. I'm unrolling this leaf, by the way. But it won't be the same age. I'm going to go back down here now. I should be able to progress across the leaf once I get there. Right. Aha, here we are. Here's another viewer thing. Let's watch.
20 years, Atrus. 20 long years alone. They tied me to a post. They burned their Myst blinking books in front of me. They took everything I had. My wife! My 2 baby girls! And then, when I finally made it back to Narayan, I saw... It would have been better if I had died.
More ominous and somewhat vague stuff. Don't worry, we'll get to that later. I hope I get to see these pictures that Zinni is drawing later on. They're posted on Discord, maybe. I can't look at them right now. I'm busy gaming. I'm busy puzzling. Having more fun with this, though. Having lots of fun with this. I'm just looking around here, making sure I don't miss anything. Oh, what's this? This appears to be important. Again, I won't be able to focus the light here. Well, he doesn't just want to be dead, you know, he wants revenge. That's the whole thing, right? He's insane. He's been driven completely to insanity by being stuck in these 4 ages, or 3, I guess, ages. He had to solve the puzzles to get back to his own world. He's been stuck there for 20 years, and wants revenge. So here, I'm going to make sure that this is pointed at that. That's one of those sun-focusing things. That should be able to burst that. I don't want to pull the whole he's insane, he isn't thinking rationally argument, but some of the things he does aren't really completely rational. They're rational to him, in a way, but only in a way. Here. I can't rotate this far enough to the right to get to there. What if I shine it at this? The one that didn't move. The one that didn't move happens to reflect over to the right, which then reflects into there, which then pops that. Which frees the bird. You're welcome, bird. We actually did need to do that. That's very important. Give me a moment here. Yeah, there was a while to get a calendar set up for Tello's story. Like, we didn't even really figure it out exactly. It's like there's by an in-universe calendar, it's like the year 3000 something. I don't even know. Alright, we're going back down here. I know there's another way that I can go, but I can't remember what it is. Fuck. I forgot to unroll the leaf again. Come on. Doo-doo-doo. Yes, I know. Lightning, electricity, sound effects. This is still pointing at the leaf, right? Yep. Good. There. Just to confirm. Yes. Kind of hard to see, but the leaf was unrolled. Yeah, 3411 AE, which was like after establishment, right? It's like when their like empire was made. If you're not familiar with Tello's stuff, you can ignore what I'm talking about right now. And instead we can talk about when this game takes place. It takes place in like the early 1800s, actually. Like 1800s by our calendar. By the Dunny calendar, it's like 9500. They just started year zero when their underground whatever empire was founded. So this is the part I hate about this age, is that I keep getting lost and I don't know which way I should be going. I can't rotate this one. God damn. Okay. Oh, here we go. I can use this to drop down. Like, this place is really pretty, but there's just so much happening, and some of it is just really hard to find, you know? The reason I don't like this one as much, it's just too much crazy shit going on. It's not even that crazy, really. What have we here? It's Malaysia, actually, Chris. But I think it's the same time zone, so, or it's one of the same ones. Singapore, yeah. Okay. So I guess I was close. What am I doing? I'm going up here. I thought there was a page in one of these logs. Oh, it was this log. Wasn't it? Just going by what I remember, which isn't a perfect memory, of course. Nothing is. Oh, damn it. Am I back here now? I climbed back up on accident. God damn it. God damn it. Yeah. Okay, hang on. How did I manage to do that? Well, I've confused myself. God damn it. Okay, I'm lost again. Welcome to Adana, aka the place where you get lost. Constantly. The place where I get lost constantly. Is this correct? No, I went in a loop. Right? I went in a loop. No, I did not go in a loop. Okay. So, come on, give me back my camera control. Direction this way. Okay, I'm going... Aha! That looks important. But first, okay, can I go down here at all? Looks like I can't go any farther down. So we're going here. This looks like a giant fungal pod thing of some kind. Hang on, there was another path I could take. Wasn't there? Ah, no, it's this way. Okay. Here we go. Alright, but first, what's up here? up here, we've got one of these. But it's in the shade. So this... Oh, wait, no, it isn't quite in the shade. That just... Okay, that's weird, because that makes those, like, tendrils on top of it stand on end. Kind of. I don't think you can see it from this angle, but if I get in close enough... Yeah, those are standing up. So, hang on. Not that way. Here, left, no, here, left. Here? Well, fuck. This way. No. Where was that path? There. What do we have in here? This is another one of those pods, but it's open. But it's got that purple fruit that the bird likes in it, right? Also these birds, not birds, bugs, swarming above it. Probably important somehow. What are these? These are ugly fungus things. You can always pause some of them, I guess, Chris. I don't know. This releases some spores, causing these bugs to move. The plant thing starts, the fungus thing starts closing, and the bugs are like, nope, nope, we're good. We're good. So. Okay, the light thing, the light makes these stand up. We figured out, right? So, is there a way to block the light? Those palm frond things look a little familiar, don't they? Let's see here. If I crawl into this, I can't go that direction. I guess I'll go this direction. Picking these up. Alright, this is just, he's talking about the paintings and stuff. The final painting is almost done. It's been hard to work in the heat, but he must see everything that happened. As he follows the instructions I have left him, he will feel the pain I've suffered. If he doesn't, perhaps both of us will die. Here, it's finished, ready for Atrus' arrival. Tomorrow I will link it to Tamanna. When I link out, I'll be carrying his book. This is actually his last entry. I don't know why or how his journal pages got scattered around like this. I honestly have no idea. I don't know if he did it on purpose. I appear to be inside of something. I appear to be inside one of these pods. Probably the other pod, the one that was still closed, because this is closed. Well, I guess we don't... we're doing something wrong there. What we need to do is figure out how to get this closed, which means I need to find something, you know? There was, like, a button you can push, right? To move those fronds. But where is it? I actually don't know. I can't remember. Looks like I can... Oh, I can go this way. Boop. Yeah, I have Discord open. I'm just gonna quit Discord right now, just in case. Alrighty. Okay, what would you anthropomorphize the Discord logo to look like? Like, how would that look? Discord logo is a controller with eyes. Like, I know somebody will pull it off, but seriously. Anyway, okay, the pod is closed, the bugs are still here, because they just don't know where else to go. I guess they're just hanging out. We want them to go to the other place. The other place seems awfully, you know, attractive to these guys. We know that light alone doesn't open up the pod, and the bugs will stick around. The bugs alone don't open up the pod either, but if you hear that sound, we lit up the other pod, and the bugs are there now, so that pod's open. And because this route, question mark, leads to that pod, we're now inside it. You can see the tendrils there, it's open, there's the bugs. So what do we do from here? The answer is somewhere around here. Give me a minute to find it. Aha. The answer is climb up, pull the thing. It released some kind of spores and a sound. That sounded a lot like that bird's call, didn't it? We're going for another ride, everybody. It's not quite as spectacular as our materials, but here it is. This bird's just jackpot. All the fruit. Look at all of this fruit. I'm sitting on fruit. Hello, small birds. Yeah, your mother can't drop this on you. Like, you'd just die. It would just crush all of you. So it puts it off to the side. And the bird's probably looking at me just like, oh, hey, look, it's you. Hi. Hello, person. Let me just climb on out of here. Slide on down. Hey, look! It's a symbol. Let's write this down. That's 2 of 3. And here's that Jinanan book we saw way at the beginning. We're now halfway done with the game. Let's put this in here. I'm going to angle this so that you can see what goes on there. It's a just insanely convoluted means of scanning this thing. It, like, scans it, and then it does some one of those metal peg toy things, and then it vacuum forms it. Oh, whatever the hell.
When you followed me here, hoping to reclaim relation, is this classroom what you expected to find? I read your journal, you know, in Tamanna. After I found your linking book abandoned outside this observatory, I read all about the Dunning, how you started their world again. Can you really do that, Atrus? After everything that's happened to Narayan, could you start their world over again? I don't think so. I think there's too much blood on our hands, too many ghosts. Surely you can't change that with a pen stroke. One more symbol, Atrus. Narayan is waiting.
Again, just to point out, Savigio is a little mistaken in the journal. He didn't quite understand it. Atrus isn't, as far as I can recall, Atrus isn't talking about actually fixing the original Dunny age. He's writing about just writing them a new one, I think. Yep. So all of this stuff here. Alright, I'm just trying to point out here to explain something. Yeah, okay, Catherine, like, right here, like, this is when Atrus goes to Catherine and tells her, hey, okay, I have my inspiration for this new age. I'm gonna, like, I know what I'm gonna write. And then she hands over a linking book to Jinanan, which is the age I'm in right now. Yeah, the only age I never got around to revisiting was the one that might have helped the most. How foolish was I to have completely forgotten it? I think after I have finished this work, I should take one final trip, if only to help restore an old fool's memories. So there you go. See, when he finished Relishon, or like partway through Relishan at least, he went back to Jinanen just to kind of visit, you know? And naturally, he took a Tamanna linking book with him. The linking books you use get left behind. They don't come with you. So when he left Jinanen, he left behind that Tamanna linking book, which is how Savidro was able to get to Tamanna. Naturally, Atrus didn't know that there was still somebody left in Jinanen. He would have known that Narayan still had people, because he wrote Narayan to have people. Anyway, like you said, one more symbol, and the last age is Voltaic. Now, a bit of a callback. Well, callback to two-ish hours ago. Remember these? Remember these posts? It's a puzzle. We're gonna solve it. This doesn't go anywhere. At all. Also, actually, because we've gone through Adana, you're familiar with all the things you shine light into the back and it focuses them. That device up here, if you can see it from here, is pretty clearly one of those. We need to get light to shine into the back of it. Somehow. An easy solution would have been to shine the light from here to this post, and then directly into the prism. Obviously, I said this would be a recurring thing. Savidra broke it. So what we have to do is we have to rotate this, and we have to go through the entire island. This is actually one time for me to point out, a point that I really didn't realize, I didn't think made a whole lot of sense to me, is because the solution to opening that door does require bouncing the light around the entire island. So maybe he had that post in there just to show the easy solution doesn't work. Maybe it's just that's kind of how I thought, is he gave them a supposedly easy solution, an easy way out, but that easy way out doesn't give them all the information they need. They get to the end without seeing everything, and that's what Atrus made these places for, so that his sons could go see everything. Anyway, that first post had a yellow marble on the top, the second one had blue. And then the blue one shined toward a green one, which I think was up this way. I'm not bothering to write down the colors, because I actually still remember them. Well, that's just pointing at a wall. That's not going to help anything. That's pointless. How bright. And that points to that red one just over there. This red one isn't going anywhere. They only redirect the light in one direction. Rotate it this way, and you see it should point just over there. But let's just check, make sure. Yeah, if I look at it this way, one of these three things doesn't actually reflect anything. It's just empty. But this is pointing to another yellow one, way back that way. Nope, that's the wrong one. This one first here. And this yellow will point, nope, not here. Will point to that purple one. And that purple one will point to that red one, which, I don't know if you remember, was the red one that we linked in right next to. Nope, this way. Here we go. Yep. When we first arrived in Jinanen, we appeared right here, next to this. I mean, we were facing like this. Right? So this is a callback to the very beginning of the game, and I actually kind of like that. I really like that. Anyway, now you can see this is pointing to that prism thing. So we just have to get back over there. This probably isn't the fastest way to get there, but I'm gonna do it. Oops, Come on. No. Down. Then back up. Here's a prism. For some reason it comes out green when you look at it this way. Hell if I know. But we just have to put it in the right orders. Yellow, blue, green, red, yellow, purple, red. For some reason, even after all these years, I still have that memorized. It doesn't work if you don't have the light shining through it, though, so you still have to go through everything to get the light there. Anyway, what did I write down for you? There. 2, 3, 4. Alright, I guess we got 3 streams going now. Here we go, we're going to Voltaic. Actually, first, hang on. I want to point something out. If you notice, each of these 3 lesson ages, the emblem on them has some significance to it. On Materia, the emblem was a sphere kind of thing. It looked like the ball that you rolled around in, you know, and the machine that went in the ball. Adana, it looked like a bird, and the bird carried you around at the end. You know, you flew around with the bird. So what is this? We can infer that this is going to be the solution to the final puzzle, but what is it? Well, I'm not going to tell you. We'll see. Don't worry. Welcome to Voltaic. Very first thing I'm going to point out, there's our way back if we need to go back. Now this, every single time we've been like somehow right next to the thing that led to the exit. You know, the thing that was the final solution to the game. To the, not the game, the age. This, whatever it isn't working. Can't even open it. What's over here? Actually a dead end. But there's definitely something over there. And some kinds of cables. I'm sure that will be important later. Welcome back, Chris. We're in Voltaic now. This is the 3rd of the 3 lesson ages. This is the one that's all about energy and stuff. Right, there's a whole lot of stuff to see here. This one is... okay, like, Amateria is set up in just like a loop. It just kind of goes around in a circle. Adana is actually mostly linear. There's like one branching path. Voltaic is all over the place, and it's actually really cool. It's really well designed. There's a lot to see here. Also, we gotta remember to turn around behind you here. This is, yeah, this is the first entry. You can tell, because even though they're using Dunny numerals, that's still a 1, obviously. He started writing this journal when he started to remember who he was. I'm gonna actually read this out, part of this out here a little bit. It was the dream that first helped me remember. I was lying in the reeds near the tusk. I don't know for how long or how I get here. I am staring at the sky, seeing a man grow out of the cliff, first his head, then his shoulders, then his torso. Sunlight rims his body like a halo. I cannot move. I think that death has finally come for me. The man stands on the cliff with a book in his hand, staring down at the lagoon as if something made him sad. I wanted to call out to him, to tell him it was me he's come to find, but my mouth is dry. I can't remember any words. And before I think to stand, he opens his book, puts his hand on the page, and fades to dust. I thought he was a dream. It was only later, hours or weeks later, that I find his swirling book atop the cliff, and when I reach down to grab it, it is real. Fog tried to swallow me then and there, but I held on to the firm reality of the book and did not let it. I did not let the numbness steal my mind. Yeah, he refers to a fog as just like his... like, for a while, after, 20 years of exile, he just, literally, he forgot who he was. He didn't remember until he saw Atrus, and it prompted him. Because that's how forgetting things works in video games. That door's locked. Can't open it right now. Let's go this direction, though. There's a whole lot of stuff here. This diagram. This is very important. I don't need to write it down or anything, but you need this. Each of these symbols means something. Let's go this way. Oh, okay, I just realized I haven't saved my game since forever ago. I haven't saved my game since Jinanen. I gotta save here. This. That looks like a light of some kind. It's turned off. This handle's being all weird. This is awfully pretty. That is our starting area. I think. Looks awfully like it. It was obscured by this pillar. This copper pipe is just full of water. And this looks like a screw of some sort. Wonder what that's for. Hey, wait a minute. What's this? Well, I can click on this. Somehow that activates this. It didn't appear to do anything. There's water coming through here. And there's a ladder. Let's see what's at the top of this ladder. Climb up. What have we got? Some kind of broken mechanism here, and a perfectly functional mechanism here. This is a gate. This is a water wheel. I don't know if it's latent telekinesis. It's probably just like spring-loaded or something. That like you push one of these out, and somehow it just decides to open all of them. Not gonna question it. Doesn't matter. But this is a water wheel. We've opened up some kind of slats or something for the water to go through and push this. So if I open this gate... now the water can go through. The water turns the water wheel. Now quickly, I'm going to point out that symbol, the symbol for the water wheel, is now lit up. So the water wheel is working. Oh yeah, obviously, don't try to disengage it. The game doesn't even let you. Don't even try. Now we're going back here. This still doesn't work. Burst of 3 to 7 seconds, that's probably bad. I'm not dropping any frames. It's probably just because there's so much stuff going on. But okay, Okay, losing burst of 3 to 7 seconds. Okay. That's better than just looking at 3 to 7 seconds. This pipe is now empty. I'm gonna climb down it. Button. Push. Door. I thought there was something else down here. No, that was somewhere else. My bad. What's this? Let's see if I can engage this. Nope, that sounds like grinding gears. Let's just put that back. I'm gonna actually tell you this. Full disclosure, I forgot this part. I forgot that you need to engage that before you start turning the water wheel. Let's just close this back up. Yeah, that wasn't out of a desire to show everything off. I literally forgot that I had to do that. Water wheel is no longer turning. But now this pipe is full of water again. This part I actually did do on purpose, don't worry. We don't want the wheel to turn. If the wheel turns, we can't engage that thing. But we also need to have the gate open. So we just close the wheel, but open the gate. Now I can go through here. That's still closed, of course. Down the pipe, open the door. Rotate the thingamajig. One little detail, that is the same Ratchet design kind of thing. That's engaged now. Same Ratchet design as was on the Squee Trap back in Adana. What this tells me is that these weren't actually written into the Ages after all. Atrus probably went in and set them up himself after the fact. But anyway, now that that's engaged, now I can engage the water. It might be a little loud on the stream. I don't know if you can hear me too well, but I think it's probably okay. Oh yeah, little detail. This rotates you. Alright, well, don't feel obligated to watch this one, Chris. If you want to watch somebody else, or watch one of the other two people, go right ahead. I won't be offended. Okay, here's another viewer. This is the last one here.
This morning I woke up, and I couldn't picture Tamara's face. The little line at the corner of her lip that pulls her whole mouth down when she smiles, the flutter in her eyelashes. I tried so hard to picture her in my mind. Put her
Curses
down
on
on
the way. Hang
paper,
on.
as if that might bring her back. I couldn't do it. Atrus, I'm not you.
There we go. That explains the painting that we saw in Shannon. I'm gonna crawl through, well, not really crawl through, but walk through this. All the way to here. This puzzle is actually kind of a pain. It's not the worst puzzle, though. Unfortunately, the worst puzzle in the game is in this age, but it's not this one. We need to connect top and bottom of everything. These buttons, of course, rotate this stuff. This puzzle isn't really bad, it's just a pain in the ass. Everything has to match up perfectly, of course. There we go, that was the only match. Well, that seems okay, actually, here. Nope, still not right. Yes? No? Well, that matches that. Okay, we'd have to change the middle one then. Is that... that should be it, right? No, that's not right. There's one more of those. Hang on. Come on now. Right? Okay, that one doesn't have any extra ones hanging out the side, so we'd have to redo this one here. You're gonna hear this noise a lot. Okay, that one, like, that looks like it should be right. I was expecting something to happen and, like, it to close up. Maybe I just have to do all of them. Yeah, there's more than one. Okay, see, now that one is correct. Oh, fuck, they're all correct. Oh, was I just rotating, like, the entire drum of them? All of them? Okay. Well, I'm not gonna question it. I'm leaving. We're done. We've got the power running. We've powered up this generator. Door closes behind me, of course. Cloud, ass, water wheel. We have water wheel, generator, some kind of spring thing, and I don't even know what that is, but there's still one thing left unpowered. We're gonna have to go find out what, aren't we? I don't suppose this door is open. Nope. It's locked from the inside. It's not powered or anything, it's just actually locked. Walking through here. No, obviously there's no safety compliance here at all. Okay, this. Remember the spring thing? It's not a spring, it's actually a coil. Which is not a spring. It's a coil that isn't a spring. It's this elevator. That's the long story short, it's this elevator. This comes around to whatever the heck this is. Well, pull this lever. See what happens. Impressive door, but nothing happens. We'll come back here later. One thing I am going to ask about this, like, are you holding on to the lever the entire time? Because if you're holding on to the lever the entire time, you should be spinning in circles. Oh, but no, I guess. Also, good job, Tello. Second music crystal? There's only, what, 4 more of those to go, right? A lot of stuff to find. Anyway. Okay. I'm going to tell you, if I can get a good view of it. Okay, let me tell you first, actually. This is the worst puzzle in the game, and I hate it, but I have to do it. That gondola thing, I'm going to call it a gondola. That matches Voltaic's emblem symbol thing. Obviously, this is vital. We just have to figure something out. What's down here? Broken. Nothing. Yay. What's this? This valve. Well, doesn't do anything. Lots of valves. They don't seem to do anything, though. Let's climb the ladder. Yep, more pages. What have we got here? Kevin Wall's almost ready. Yeah, he's just talking about the painting. If I can make him see all that happened, if I can show him the pain his family caused, it will be worth it. Tomorrow I begin mixing the paints. Yeah, he made the paints out of the plants and stuff that he found. These don't matter. It's just lore. It's not used for a puzzle. I don't know what the point of this is, but I have to go through it, so. I'm up here in the scaffolding of some kind. I guess I have better balance than I thought, because I have to go all the way across this. You can see the door down there. You can see that there's a track of some kind leading, from the door through this canyon, which is a very nice looking canyon. I don't know why it struck me, but it really did. This is pointless, just to get a good view. Let me open this up. This is dark and stuff. Wonder what that is. Someone's outside. Okay. Hang on, though. Let me go this way a little bit more first. I cannot go this way all the way. There's something down there, but I can't see what it is. Pop this vent open. Down I go. First things first, this is that locked door that I went back and tried several times. I'm just gonna unlock it. This is definitely a thing. This is also definitely a thing. There's a lot of things here. Let's go down here. What do we have here? Liquid magma. Naturally, the door doesn't open. I just wanted to point that out. You cannot kill yourself with lava. That would be stupid if you could. Very stupid. But this here, okay. So this is also the worst puzzle, like second worst puzzle, because I just can't remember how to do it. It's such annoying. Voltaic is... It looks really nice, and like the place, like the world design itself is great. How it's not linear, how it's like all branching paths, it's like a web of pathways. But the puzzles in Voltaic are just a pain in the ass. Anyway. I've changed a thing. I did something with that. Now there's no lava. Let's open this up. Naturally, the place is just instantly cooled down. Okay. You can see that there's another mural there. We'll get a better view of it in a minute. If I rotate this, clockwise. No? Okay, no, actually clockwise. Clockwise rotates. Okay, this rotates that gear. This controls that gear there. Rotating it clockwise rotates the gear clockwise. What happens if I go through the middle? It shifts the whole thing over. Now we can get a somewhat better view of that mural, which shows the thing. You know, they said they burned everything, right? Like, they trapped Savitro in one of the tusks and Jananin, set a fire, and linked back to Myst. They dropped her linking books in the fire, so the books burned and Savitro couldn't follow them back. They did get that part right, at least. They did know that the books stay. Okay, but now this gear is here, right? And that, pretty clearly to me, yeah, the prettiest one has the dumbest puzzles. There is a joke there. I'm not going to make it either. I think the joke makes itself, really. Also, I guess I don't know if I would call it the prettiest, because Adana is very nice looking most of the time, too. Then again, Amateria is also really pretty. It's all sunset and stuff. God, this game is just pretty, in general. All the Myst games are pretty, but this one, I mean, oh my god. Anyway, okay, I've got this. If I rotate this clockwise, right, it would lower this. It would also turn that gear, raising that, releasing the lava. So if this works, this game is stupid. It didn't. I'm gonna rotate it counterclockwise, raising me up and opening the lava. And I'm going to do that. You hear that? That's the sound of progress. Rotate you clockwise now. I can't go any higher. The gate is still mostly open here. See, now that fan is running. That's not like blowing in. That fan is taking air out. That's important. Don't worry. Okay. Can't go clockwise again. So how about this way? See, this is closed. I think this is closed at least. It's left the lava in. But how do I get the lava out? It should still be that, isn't it? Okay, how about this? I'm gonna just do this. And somehow... Oh, okay. This is another gate. This is the gate the lava comes out. That's right. That's the thing. I think I can get a somewhat better view of the mural from here if I move that over. But anyway, okay. I'm gonna just say this also. If you noticed, when I had this gangplank thing up all the way, that covered up the fan. So this cannot be up all the way. But at the same time, I also need to have it in a position where I can get the lava in to the room. That's important. Only way to do that is to have this gangplank in the middle, with this gate closed and this gate open. I can move this gear from side to side in here, but there was a peg up there in the middle preventing it from moving. There are a lot of things I have to keep in mind for this puzzle, and I don't remember the actual solution. Let me think through this through. If I rotate this way, it'll raise the platform, and it'll close the lava exit gate. I can't rotate it again because the gate won't close any farther than that. And if I raise this, and I can't move it over, I can't get in there to move it over. If I raise it up again, I mean, I can't actually raise it up again. So this is the wrong solution. I have the exit gate open, and I have that thing. Yeah, sorry about that, Lee. There is an awful lot happening. See y'all later. Shame you couldn't see the whole game. But yeah, sensory overload is nothing to mess with. Feel free to come back if you feel better, but I know, don't feel obligated. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this. So if I were to rotate this counterclockwise, it would raise this up and let the lava in. Even though the exit flow gate is open, I guess more is flowing in than can flow out. Because the exit flow gate is open, I can then close the lava input and leave. And because I'm fully capable of rotating the gear from the second story, I just have to rotate the gear counterclockwise. Bye for now, Lee. Counterclockwise up here. Something in my throat. I don't know what it was. Now there's lava, and the fan is extracting air. Let's go back real quick and look at that display. Cat on a scratching post is okay. Nothing seems to have changed. But I will tell you, I'm pretty sure, I'm actually not completely sure, but pretty sure that this is the lava room. I'm absolutely sure that that's the gondola. The gondola needs power. Also, I guess I should have said this earlier. The entire reason I am setting up this thing with lava and hot air is because the gondola had a balloon on it, and obviously it needs hot air or steam or something. But it's still not inflated. But now we've got this to deal with. And this puzzle is the worst, and I hate it. And I can't remember how to do it either. First thing, our limitations. This valve does not open at all. We need to get this pressure thing. It's hard, very hard to see. There's a red line right across here. We need to get this pressure valve to that red line, because that's the exact amount of air pressure required to let me turn this valve and fill up the gondola. If I don't have the right amount of air pressure, nothing happens. Right now there's not enough air pressure, and if I tried to turn it with too much air pressure, it would just start venting steam everywhere. There are 3 levels of these vents, so I need to figure out how to close the proper amount of vents in order to get the pressure to the right value. The other catch, the elevator, requires air pressure. You heard that hiss? I need to have a high enough pressure value. Blue lets me get down. Blue is fine. Blue lets me stay here. It needs to be in the yellow, I believe, to get to the second level. It has to be in the red to get to the third level. Put it all together and you get bullshit. Also, closing one valve makes it just barely too much pressure. See? Like, if I go over here and try to turn this valve, Activate safety valves. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to help, Cello. We cannot send air elemental power through the void between game universes. Even if one of those game universes is all about sending things between universes. Alright, that gets me enough air pressure to get to the second floor. All these valves are open. Not enough yet. Not quite. Okay, that puts me in the red, which is good. What if I don't open this valve? What if I don't close it, I mean? Okay. All these are open as well. Okay, that increased the pressure by 1 tick. I just want to see if the valves have different values. That right one increases it by 1 tick. This is also 1 tick. Oh, they all 1 tick up here. Probably, actually. Uh-huh, they are. Okay. Okay, wait. With everything open, and I only close one valve, with only one valve closed at the very bottom, it was 1 tick over what it needed to be, right? Closing the valve increases the pressure by 1 tick. Where did it start? It was like here, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9, 10. So I guess the lower levels increase it by 10? I have to figure this out here. Top level increases the pressure by 1 tick. Middle level. I'm going to assume each level increases the amount by a different amount. This is a really amazingly designed puzzle, but it's just such a pain and I hate it. It's really interestingly made. Middle level, if I close this valve, 4. That increases it by 4. Okay. Obviously bad things would probably happen if I tried to close every single valve. If I open this one instead. 2, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. So, okay, closing one valve. If I had it at, like, okay, I need a total, then, of 9 units of pressure. Okay, I need a total of 19, because this one is always closed, and that's always 10. Which means, okay, total of 19, I can get that, not any of these. And I could do one of the 4s, and I could do 2 of the 4s and 1 of the 1s. Okay, going back up. I'm pretty sure I only had 1 of the 1s open, right? Ah, fuck, hang on. Yeah, not enough pressure for me to go all the way up and check. Okay. I'm pretty sure it was I only had 1 of them closed. I can hear a lot of air hissing up there. 1 of these, 2 of these, and none of the ones below, right? Except for the one that has to be open. No, that's not right. That's still 1 more than it needs to be. Damn it. Okay, I gotta close all these up again. Okay, now we're in the red. Now I can go anywhere. Those are fine. I hope. Alright, how many of these are open? Okay. 2 of these are open. I needed 3 of these to be open. That should still be enough pressure to work up here, right? Yes, okay. Okay, you know what, actually? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take back when I said this was the worst puzzle in the game. I remembered it being the worst puzzle in the game. I think it was only the worst puzzle because when I was a kid, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. I think I just did it by trial and error. That's got to be close enough. I think I just did it by trial and error as a kid. Now that I can actually think it through, it's actually a really good puzzle and it's really well designed. Like, all the info you need is right there. You got so many limitations that there's not a whole lot that can go wrong, and not a whole lot you can mess up. So that, honestly, I'm going to take it all back. That puzzle is decent. That puzzle maybe is even good. Just cutting loose of some wires, I guess. And bang on the door. Bangs on the door. So yeah, I think I like this puzzle. I think it's alright. How about that? You know, you're still figuring stuff out, even after, oh god, 18 years. Almost. That's how long it's been since this game originally came out. I first played it when I was like 6 or 7, though. It was already out for a while. I left my sweatshirt on the chair. Which means, okay, see you later, Dan. Left my sweatshirt on the chair, and like part of one of the drawstrings is hanging over the armrest of the chair, so the cat's playing with it, and it's funny and cute, and it's keeping her out of my hair. Alright, we got this gondola out. It's hooked a little bit. Remove this over. A clever way to ensure that I have no option but to get in. Get in and pull this lever. We get to go for another ride. I like the little touches you're bumping, because you're going over the little supports. I'm starting to get hungry. It's 1 p.m. and I haven't eaten lunch, but I'm not eating until I finish this game, which should only take another hour or so. Going over this. Alright, we're gonna stop right here. Just so that I can get out and pull this lever. Oh, okay, no, that symbol wasn't the gondola, that symbol was this island. Island floats now, by the way. And look at those rocks. Those rocks look important. Those rocks look kind of like a symbol from here, but not enough to write it down. Probably just need a better angle. Let's go get one. Also, this is now tipped over, and I can't reach it for reasons, I guess. But I can open this now. Let's climb down here a little. All the way down to the bottom. Open this up. This isn't dangerous at all. But hey, look. Adjusting headphones. Cat is on lap. Cute. And attacking headphones. There we go. And right here is a spare Tamanna book. I don't know if this was too clear, but like Myst stuff again. Every age can have any number of linking books linking to it, but it's only got one descriptive book, which is the book that you actually write in order to make the age. The descriptive book also acts as a link, but it's not the one you want to use all the time. Because if anything happens to that book, your age is fucked. But if anything happens to a linking book, no problem. As long as you still got another book linking there, and as long as you have the descriptive book, you do.
You've done well, my sons, but there's still one task ahead of you. The linking book you see here connects to an age called Narayan. It's a very delicate age, where civilization has emerged in response to the world's imbalances. It's also the first inhabited age I'm sending you to alone. But don't be afraid. The knowledge you've acquired here will show you the way in. Use it and see all that Narayan has to offer.
I find it very interesting that Savidro chose not to change that message. I think he's just kind of rubbing it in to Atrus. Just like, hey, you told your sons to fuck this place up. Good job. Father of the Year right here. But anyway, we're going to Narayan. Notice there's no emblem there or anything. It's just Narayan. This is the last area of the game. It's very small. It's only, like, I don't know, a dozen locations you can move to. All the puzzles in this age are right here. Well, except for one kind of puzzle up there. Everything you need is right here. Well, everything you need to do is right here. Everything you need to do is in these tapestries. Some stuff downstairs, which you can't reach yet, and Atrus's journal. I think I said way back earlier, when we were talking about Savidro wearing things, he just wears these tapestries. Like, he's torn some of them down somewhere, I think maybe from downstairs. And that's just what he's wearing. Anyway, this whole place is got... This looks kind of like the Amateria ice ball. It's just made of ice, and it's apparently impenetrable. I can't do anything to it. There seems to be another bubble around this center thing. This doesn't appear to have power. This doesn't appear to do anything. But I'm going to point it this way anyway, because I know that it needs to go that way. I don't know. Maybe it is. I think it might be bigger than it looks. Although, I guess it does seem a little... Yeah, maybe it was a little cramped for two people. Maybe Atrus wasn't thinking of that. He probably should have been. I don't know. But anyway, there's another dome sphere around here. There seem to be some trees out there. Remember Savidro mentioned lattice trees? That's what these are. That's what these are. It's hard to see right now, but I'll point it out later on. Hey, look! That's all warm and stuff. Looks like a reactor or a power plant of some kind. Hi, Savitro.
What? You're not... Where is he? Look, I know he's here. I have his book. So where is he? He didn't come. I take relation from him, and he sends you instead. Idiot. You actually thought this would work. You thought that you could force him into coming here, fixing things? Why? Why would he rewrite Narayan? Because of your messages? Because of your paintings? Look at your world. Look at what's left of it. When are you gonna get it through your thick skull that you do not matter to him? No one could be alive out there. No one. We're stuck here, you know. The linking book back to Tamanna is gone. Left behind when I linked out of Atrus' study. And as for getting in to Narayan, look around you. This chamber is the only way in. And Atrus installed some kind of shield, and I have never been able to get past it. Not once in all these years. So you're just as stuck here as I am. At least until I open this book. And I show Atrus what it's like to watch your friends and relatives die. If you do find a way out of here, I suggest that you think very carefully about using it. Because the one thing I know about linking books, the doors they open don't close behind you.
Be sure you don't forget that. That's actually pretty important. I'm just going to show off over here. There is no way to open this door. It never opens. Ever. Like, there's just nothing. Which disappoints me. There's no way to get in there. There's nothing in there at all. At least as far as I can tell. To be honest, I've only ever tried opening the door, like, at the start. Maybe I'll give that a look at the end. I doubt it'll open. But still, I've turned on the power now. That's all it took, is one lever. So what do we have here? Well, if I open this, it's got some bullshit, you know? I don't think it's a rubber mallet. I think it's actually, like, I think it's some rocks that he's, like, tied together with some things. Like, the dude was wearing a squee on one of his arms, okay? Like, for warmth, I suppose. Trust me, though, that hammer can kill you. And because I'm going to show you these different endings, the hammer is going to kill me a couple of times. You'll see. Anyway, this one also has only one thing in it. Well, first off, okay, let me flip it back over here. Only one of these can be active at a time. So the order of this doesn't matter, but I will say, death by mallet indeed. Yes. Smashing. Haha, you're funny. Okay, the order you put these in doesn't matter, but they have to be correct. Look at these symbols here. I can't, like, put this anywhere, unfortunately. But I can click on these and put in the symbols that he's put in. I'm just making sure I'm doing it right. Oh yeah, Chris, you said you played Mystcraft before, right? You might recognize some of these symbols because they used these symbols for the pages you can get in Mystcraft. Yeah, notice nothing much is really happening here. I put in the symbol, but it doesn't seem to work. You can tell there's like, this wire is live. It's got stuff going through it. I need to find some way to get through to here, I guess. The correct way. None of the symbols, of course, match like that exactly. I'll just tell you, actually the wires are kind of a red herring. They don't matter. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you. Okay, we've got these things here. It looks like it's 2 symbols connected. Well, we've got a whole wall full of similarly looking symbols. Let's see if any of them match. Right? Got like, it looks like a bud of some kind and like an archway. Well, the bud of some kind... Okay, well, the arch is force. And the bud or whatever is change. That, you know, of course, that does mean something, right? Of course it does. This is where you need the Atrus's journal. Because there are certain passages in bold which are like aphorisms or axioms or something that he... Oops, I did that wrong. That he tried... That, like, people taught him when he was learning the art, and that he tried to teach his sons. But, so skipping through some of these, what about, oops, this one? What do we have? Dynamic forces spur change. Well, we've got forces, and we've got change. So what about the other 2? Where's dynamic? That's got to be in here somewhere. Okay, there's spur, which I might not be able to remember. Let me try to write something. Let me try to just give myself a bit of a reminder. Okay. And there's dynamic. All right, let's go put this in and see what happens. It's a circle, so I think we can assume it goes clockwise, right? Dynamic forces spur change. So, oops, that's not right. Notice there was a partial bit of a symbol there already. That's good, because that's what we need. We need that part. That's here. That's dynamic. That, you, doot. And that one's correct. Now we just gotta do 2 more of those. This one here, let's put this in first. You. Looks like that. That's where that connects. Was this it? Hang on. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Well, that doesn't seem right. This doesn't... That doesn't look... It doesn't look like it's supposed to go all that far out. But oops. Ah, crap, I accidentally clicked out of the game. There. Well, that one... What did that one look like? What did we have? That first thing. Did I miss it? I probably would just skimmed right over it. Nature. So that one's nature. Right, and the second one... Just trying to find it again. Encourage. There we go. I gotta look away from this for a moment here. Let's back up a little bit, because they're in backwards order here. Nature encourages mutual dependence. So, Let's see, dependence is just the inverse of encourage. That's simple enough, actually. It's just rotated. Mutual was there. I only have to remember that one. Okay. I haven't written it down. Let me see if I can remember it. It'll be funny. That might be right. Might be right. Anyway. Haha! That's one. By the way, yeah, that's a materia. That's Adana. This one's gonna be Voltaic. Let's just pop this in. That was that. You... Okay. So I kind of just want to point out some of the symbols look really cool. Like, they make a lot of sense. That's not right. That's too wide. Like, they make a kind of sense if you look at them. Like, for instance, the symbol for civilization looks like a tree. Which makes perfect sense when you realize this is Narayan writing, and their entire civilization is based around caring for these trees and living in these trees. And like change looks like a bud or a seed. Nature is a flower of some kind. Entropy is just crazy, which makes it's complete chaos, and that makes perfect sense. I don't really know what intelligence is supposed to be honest. Love, I mean, you can make your own jokes about that one. Oh yeah, what was I looking for? We were looking for the Voltaic thing. Energy powers future motion. Well, if I had this right, we've got future and motion, alright? Power. Okay, there's power. Where was energy? Oh god, I'll probably just... It's just... Okay, there's motion, so yes, we got that part right. I'm probably just... I've skipped over it several times, haven't I? Yep, there it is. There it is. Energy is an E with a moon thing, and power looks like whatever the hell that is. I've forgotten it. Aha. That. I think. Yeah. Well, nope, that's wrong. Probably should have written these down, but... Oh, okay, it only connects on the top. That's it. Ah, crap. No. Open. You. Gotcha. And that closes that. Or opens that, rather. Alright. I've opened up some new areas here. I could get into this. Doesn't do anything. Like, I can't go anywhere with it. Which I always thought was a little odd. There don't seem to be any controls in here. Like, at all. That leads back there. Obviously, it can't go anywhere. There's a shield ice thing in the way. So let's go downstairs. This here, absolutely vital. That's the linking book to Tamanna. That's how you get back after you beat the game. More tapestries. Look, important things. More tapestries. Okay. This is about the point where there are a lot of different endings. I'm not going to show all of them, just some of them, some of the quicker and easier to get ones. But one of the options is if you just use the book immediately, without linking, without doing anything else, if you just use the book now, you go back to Tamanna, and you're there, you're like in the middle of telling Atrus and Catherine that you did not get Relishan back. When Savidrov takes the book as well, follows you back in, he beats you in the back of the head with the hammer and starts killing everybody else. That's one of the bad endings. I guess I could still show that off, if I wanted. I guess I can show that off. Let me save my game right here. Then you get to see everybody be disappointed, and then everybody get wrecked. Notice, of course, the Tamanna linking book is no longer in my inventory, because that's how it works. So here's bad ending number 1-ish. Take a step forward.
By the Maker! You've returned! Atrus, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following and thought.
You've returned. Where's Relishan?
And there you go, that's bad ending number 1. I can just hit try. Oh, try again just boots me back here. Ah, no, I'm not doing that. Don't save this game. Load that game. It plays the little link sound effect whenever you load the game. It's funny. Nope, I did not look out, indeed. Right, okay. Now here's the thing. There was one more thing up there. It just had the one thing in it, right? And there's more tapestries down here. More characters that we couldn't see above. So what's the solution here? Well, it's still in the book, of course. Let me skip all the way through here a little. The last bold one. Balanced systems stimulate civilizations. That's the thing he wanted, the lesson or whatever for Narayan. So I'm going to have to actually write this stuff down here. Or draw it. I'm going to say write. Balance is a nice balanced looking thing. And made survival. Oh, okay. The symbol for believe looks very much like, what was that other one? Hang on. Symbol for believe looks pretty much the same as it was the one for energy powers. For believe and power are like almost identical, which is quite interesting. Balanced. Okay. System. Looks ugly as hell, but hey. Stimulate. That's probably the connection. There's a lot of these connections here. Some of these don't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, okay, explore I always thought looked kind of like hills or mountains or something, and that makes some sense too. But like, I don't know what form is. Creativity. I mean, it would make sense if creativity was like related to the symbol for intelligence, but it isn't really. Inhibit, just I know that means something is there. Nurture looks kind of like, almost like a mother embracing a child or something like that. That would make some sense to me. Tradition also looks tradition looks like it's similar to the symbols for civilization and society as well. But like it's missing some of the things. Time just looks like the sun, you know? That makes sense. Rebirth also looks kind of like a nurturing kind of image. Flow just it looks kind of waterish. Resurrect, like there was another symbol that looked a lot like that, wasn't there? All right. I'm gonna close this, because you can only have one of these open at a time. We established that. That will, of course, close this behind me. And just gotta... Yep, I'm making sure I got this right. It's a good thing you can't see my drawings, because, like, they're not... Like, they're close enough, but they're not really correct. Alright, let's see if I can read my own drawings. Balance. No, wait, hang on. No, it's this way. I wasn't even looking at it at all. Systems. Stimulate. I guess that's close enough. I guess that's it. There we go. All right. As it happens, that is all of the puzzles left in the game. Everything from here on is just... Okay, there's one puzzle-ish thing left. Everything from here on is getting the right ending. Alright, it looks very pretty when it's not ice covering a station thing.
Oh my god. They're alive? How did you... Foreseeable. Hope and destroy me. You see, I still have something that he wants. Something that he sent you to bring back for him. Release. Drop the outer barrier when I'm out by the gondola. Switch the shield so the outer barrier is open. And in return, I'll give up release. Do it.
Alright, save it again here. This is where a lot of things can go wrong, but there are only two ways things go right. Oh, he can pass it through this gate. That's how. But anyway, okay, let's say we take him at his word. Let's say we go ahead and flip the shields.
Apparently, it's my turn to live up to my end of the bargain.
So, yep, Savidro gets a happy ending. All you have left that you can do is link back to Tamanna and tell Atrus and Catherine, you fucked up. You just fucked up. And they're all sad and talking about how, like, their hopes and dreams are ruined and, like, Donnie's gonna die and all that other stuff. That's your bad ending. I'm not gonna bother showing that off, because there are other, far more interesting ones that I can show off. Like, for instance, say, obviously I don't trust him. Obviously. What if I just go over here and try to get him to give me the book anyway?
What are you doing? Go back inside and drop the outer barrier.
So anytime I could leave right now. Anytime I could walk away. If I don't walk away... Unfortunately, the mic, like the audio on this scene isn't really very good. It's very quiet.
What are you waiting for?
If you stay
Drop
here...
the outer shield, or I swear I will let go of this book.
And if you still persist, the game locks your controls. He drops the book and hits you with a hammer and you die. He'll also do that, like, if you go there and then leave, and if you repeat that, like, 3 or 4 times, he'll do the same thing. He'll just hit you with a hammer. He'll drop the book and kill you. And, again, at this point, if you just link back to Tamanna, he'll drop Relishon and follow you back, and you get the same ending that I already showed. Oh, hush, Midna. I'm almost done with the game. And yeah, switching this doesn't work. Your only option to get anywhere at all is to come back up here. First, though, because I want to just make sure this still will never open. Like, I think it only opens from the inside. I don't even know how he got in to begin with. Only option is to just shut the power off. You can tell they hired an actual actor for this part. Okay, now, again, I believe if you just turn the power back on, he gets up and he freaks out, chases you up here and kills you. I haven't actually tried that. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to actually call this File 2. Right? That worked? Yes, okay. Resume game. What if I just turn the power back on? That's bad music, isn't it? Pulls out the hammer. I can actually move around a little bit, but eventually he will come up here and you die. Again, what you're supposed to do is, with the power off, come back down here and talk to him through the gate. Fence. Trellis thing.
Oh, God.
Well, you can't actually hit the camera, Chris. That would ruin a perfectly good camera.
Please, don't.
I assume he's just hitting your neck. Anyway, I'm shutting up.
Not when my family could still be alive out there. You want the book? Here. I'll give you the book. Just... Please, don't do this. Please. I can't do this again. Please don't leave me trapped here like this. I can't! No! No! No, no, no! No, 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 no!
All right. Now, at this point, I could just use the Tamanna book and just get back to Tamanna, leave Savidro here to die. I could do that, and you get the almost good ending, where like you get a cutscene afterwards, like Atrus is all just like, yeah, like I'm glad to have Relishan back, but I don't know if I would have left the guy there. Like that doesn't seem like something that anyone should have done. And then the credits roll, so you still get a good ending, but it's not the best ending at all. Now, if you go back up there and turn the power back on just as it is right now, this shield opens, that shield stays closed, and Savidro freaks the fuck out and comes and kills you again. Anyway. If you open up the inner shield and then link back to Tamanna before Savidro can kill you, then he follows you through the book and kills you anyway. The only way to get the proper ending is to turn this first while the power is still off, so that it's set to open the outer shield. Then you go up and you turn off the power, and you turn on the power. And there you go. Savidro gets his happy ending. And we get ours.
By the Maker, you've returned. Atrus, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following the...
You've returned. But where's Relishan? Did you bring back the book? Thank the Maker. It's fine. We're in your debt, my friend. If this book had been destroyed, everything we worked for, all the people of Relishan, would have been lost to us forever.
You must tell us everything.
And then we roll the credits. In a second. Okay, but this first.
At last I can rejoice, for Relishan has been returned to me unharmed. The age I hoped would provide a new beginning still lives on. I'm sure that no danger shall befall it. And as I sit here writing in this journal, I rejoice to know that Narayan too is safe. The secrets of its past have been unlocked, and old wrongs have finally been righted. I know now that we can't escape the past, nor can we rewrite it, hoping to lessen our pain. The best we can hope for is to continue to learn. To take from the past only that which is good, and move on. perhaps in the process, we will build a brighter future.
There we go. This ending song, I have this on iTunes, I have this on my phone, I just love it, I listen to it just for fun. The lyrics are actually supposedly in Dunny. Like, one of the designers wrote enough of a constructed language, similar to Latin, but only similar, but they wrote enough of a constructed language in order to write this song. Which is like, it's sung like from Savidro's point of view. He's singing about his home, how he's been forced into exile, how he grew up with this tradition and then saw it all be torn down in front of him, and it just ends with him just swearing revenge on everybody. Like, I could look up the actual lyrics somewhere if I could find them again. But still. Yes, Chris, back when Ubisoft was 2 words. Ubisoft was still a pretty new thing. Cyan Developments, or whatever they called, was the people who originally made this game. They did... I think the 2 lead developers, who were like 2 brothers, I think, developed Myst 1 just like together. I think they might have like self-published it, or maybe they got Cyan to do it for them. Cyan then did Myst 2, but Cyan actually went out of business. They closed like a couple of months before Myst 3 was released. Like, it was done. And like, they all got paid for working on this stuff, but their company was bought out by Ubisoft, actually. And then Ubisoft published all Myst 3, 4, and 5. And I don't care much for Ubisoft, really. I don't like them a whole lot. But they did use like all the people who worked on the previous games in order to do the 3 games that they did. They didn't just hire a whole new staff. They used the old stuff there. Yep, 2001, Ubisoft Presto Studios, that was it. Yeah, Myst Riven and the Cyan logo. Yeah, no, Cyan was their own company, and then they got Presto, I think, to publish Myst 2 or 3. Either way, whatever company they were working on got bought out by Ubisoft, who then published it. Aha, still got QuickTime in here. Look at that. And we're back to the menu. Yep, that's gonna be it. And that's it for this game. How long did it take? 3-ish? 3 hours? 3 and a quarter? Not too bad. I was expecting it to take longer because I was explaining everything as I was going. Yeah. I've tried to watch a speedrun of this game once. The guy did it in like half an hour. Like, I think he went into the options. You can change the game options, turn the transition speed all the way up, mouse sensitivity all the way up, zip mode lets you skip over some of the intermediate areas, and he just, like, he started the timer and he just started clicking, and it was just like, and you couldn't even follow it. Like, the guy just memorized every single thing. Everything, and it was so stupid, and it made me feel so inadequate. I don't usually feel inadequate watching speedruns, but I'm just like, I could beat this game in 3 hours. I feel good about myself. How fast can this guy do it? 45 minutes. Fuck everything. But still, I do love this game very much. I really do. And since all the Myst games are on GOG now, I might play the ones I haven't played yet. I might go back and maybe do them in order. Like, I've seen Myst 1. Like, I've seen somebody play through that whole game. Or, like, the 3D remake of it, at least. I don't know, I played the first 15 minutes of Riven. It was Myst 2. I did beat Myst 4 Revelation, but I had to use a guide for that because some of those puzzles are just so bad. Oh my god, I hated them. And I haven't even looked at Myst 5. But I've heard it's a fitting end to the series. Maybe I'll consider going through each of these games. They're pretty cheap. I could just buy one of them each time I need one. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I think that's going to be it for me for now. I should really get some lunch. So I'm going to call this stream here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Keep watching everybody else who's still going. And I'll see you all next time.